All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight. We're here live at Bristol Motor Speedway. Joe White up here in the FMTV2 booth. I'm accompanied by Ryan W. Daniels, and I tell you, Ryan, man, we are in for a treat tonight. This is the I call it the bull ring, and these guys are going to be like gladiators in here with these cars. And I want to welcome all the viewers. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing?
I'm doing great tonight, Joe. I'm getting wicked excited for tonight's race. It's going to be a lot of fun calling it here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Ought to be really exciting, a lot of close action here, I think, tonight.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, it's going to be good. Hey, what's going on? Got Cameron out there. We got Chris. Let me know how everything looks on y'all's end, how the stream looks, and definitely keep us informed. Hopefully, man, hope we don't have no hiccups, man. I tell you what, I just want to pull my daggum teeth and hair out, man, here the last couple of days. But nonetheless, last night, Ryan, man, the Xfinity. And before I start that, let me say, this week alone for Extreme Motorsports 99 has been historical, nonetheless. I got to call, and you saw it yourself, at Dover, Delaware, in the Truck Series, Katie Hyatt. That is the first time in Extreme Motorsports 99's history a female won. And not only did she win, she powerhoused that truck on the inside, on the outside, to pass Bryce Senesac, who is the defending truck champion. And I tell you what, he is definitely, I mean, that was a heck of a mood on her end. So congratulations to that young lady. So our first ever female winner in Extreme Motorsports this week. Then, last night, Ryan, I was up here in the booth. Pleasure to be with Matt Egan here for Extreme Motorsports 99's Xfinity Series here at this little half mile, like they call the gladiator track of Bristol. And man, was it a heck of a finish. It was a duel to the end with about 5 laps to go. Cameron Hearn and James Thorndike was right there battling door to door. And unfortunately, man, they were just trading paint, beating and banging each other. And Cameron Hearn got kind of the worst end of the deal on that. Spun, caution came out, and Thorndike went on to win that one. And then that leads us to tonight, Ryan, where we've got these monster machine cup cars around this half-mile track that is definitely going to be a battle. And I tell you, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, man, I mean, well, you said it perfect there. How can we not be excited for this event? It's been such a historical week for all of Extreme. You know, you mentioned it, Katie Hyatt becoming the first female winner in Extreme Motorsports 99.com history on Tuesday night in that Truck Series race. A race, I might add, where she came in as a standby driver. Started at the back of the field and won that race with just a few laps to go and muscled her way around the outside to do it. Last night, a lot of cautions in the race here last night at Bristol, but a heck of a run for everybody running up front. James Thorndike locking himself into the chase in the Xfinity Series. He'll be looking to repeat that tonight in his number 59 Chevrolet. And not without a little bit of heated tempers for sure. Last night we saw Cameron Hearn and Tyler Sifford get into each other a little bit last night as well. And you notice tonight, as of right now, Cameron Hearn is qualified third. Tyler Sifford's qualified fourth for this race.
Oh, man, I tell you, you're right. Tempers flared just a little bit, and yes, Mr. Popularity himself, and actually he just said out there in the stream, hello, that's the Unicracker, if I'm not mistaken, that's who that is. Couldn't get to you guys like Norm. What do I need to search for now to see the race? FMTV2, Becky, if you want to, I don't know if you can shoot them a link or not, Ryan. But
unfortunately, I can't put links in the YouTube chat.
That's fine. Well, Becky, do this. Just search FMTV2. Well, there you go. Tyler's out there. Yep. Tyler get her straight for us, man. Heck yeah. But we'll get back to, like I said, Tyler Sifford. He didn't have to qualify, and he had to bring it from 31st position to finish where he did last night, Ryan. And he did. He brought it all the way to the front, led some laps, got caught up in a few things, had, like you said, he got caught up in there fighting and battling it out there with Cameron Hearn a little bit in the 76. But nonetheless, tonight he's got a good starting position, 7th. Now, most notably out here, we're going to go, well, before I say that, teammate, Nate Hard Charging Trito, putting it on the pole for tonight. And man, look who's right there behind him.
Yeah, we got David Shutt, the dark horse, the night rider, whatever you want to call him, starting in second place. You know, he was 10th in practice, but that 41 Toyota clearly going to be strong tonight. And I just wanted to let you know, Joe, we got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds until they grid up.
Okay, well, good deal. With that note, then, folks, we're going to take it to the stars and bars, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back here and getting set to almost get ready for gridding. Ryan, what we look like on time-wise?
Oh, we got about 2 seconds, my friend.
All right, well, good deal. And I'm going to tell you what here, as they are gridding up here for a fight here tonight at this little bitty arena, so to speak. And don't mind the white cars, as I just did a refresh on trade paints, and it takes a little bit for it to bring them up. But I'll run it down real quick here through the gridding order because we've got a lot of cars and it don't take very long to get on the pace slapping here. But all night on pole, hard charging Nate Trito, along with I call him the Nightmare, David Shutt right there in second. Cameron Hearn in third. Mr. Popularity, Tyler Sifford in fourth. Ryan Nolan in fifth. Mike Rominger in sixth. Christopher Parkman in seventh. John Houston right there in eighth. Dwayne Comerson in ninth. And round out the top 10, Ryan, Richie Evans. And I tell you, a good group of drivers here tonight, nonetheless. Looking forward, and most notably, we didn't talk about it, but Jake Nichols sitting there in the 14th is going to have to be very patient bringing it to the front. I know we got Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman out in the chat. He's out there talking and whatnot. Now, he made a little mistake. He's in a Ford tonight, and I guess that was a manufacturer's dispute for this race or something that he had to jump in one, but nonetheless, he's back in 31st position tonight, and he'll try to bring it up. Now, Katie Hyatt also here, standby driver, won this week, so we got a female driver in the crowd here, along with Aiden Young back there, and Aaron Gorkosky. He's back there in 35th. So 35 drivers tonight. Wow, big field. It's going to be awesome. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's going to be definitely very exciting. We talked about Katie Hyatt winning the other night. It was definitely going to give a call to that 34 machine. Going to start out the back tonight. She's going to see how she fares. We saw in preseason she did run one race in this Nyan Cat Toyota Camry. Was able to bring it home fourth in a preseason race at Texas. So we'll have to see if maybe she can get lucky. Maybe lightning will strike twice in the same week, and Katie Hyatt can bring home the win from the rear tonight here at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Cup Series.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, as we see these cars rolling here off, nice looking paint jobs. There's Nate Trito in a nice looking paint job there. Looks like a Pepsi style paint job.
Yes, sir. It's the number 97 Pepsi Max machine. First race for the number 97 car tonight. And an alternate paint job, it looks like, on David Schutt's car. Rather than the black and red, he's going white and red tonight in that number 41 machine.
Becky, I don't know if you can get a hold of Don and them. They actually have the link to the stream itself. And might help Clyde out there getting it on the TV. I don't know what kind of issues he's running into, but nonetheless, should be able to just actually pull the link that you're on and bring it up there and whatnot. So want to welcome all the viewers out there, by the way. I mean, this is going to be an exciting race. Nonetheless, it's Bristol, and we know how Bristol is.
Yeah, we definitely know how this is going to be. They call it the last great Coliseum for a reason, and that's because this thing can be a bit like jousting. It's going to be hard-nosed racing. A lot of bumpers are going to be smashed up at the end of this race. We're going to see a lot of banged-up machines, but hopefully everybody can get out of this thing tonight as we're coming around turns 3 and 4. I'm going to let you call it to the green there, Joe.
I'll tell you what, pace car going to take that hard left turn on the pit road, send these monstered Cup machines flying around this half-mile track. Nate Trito is going to lead them off here, and he's going to shoot out there like you always say and lead on. Boy, I'll tell you what, he flew into turn number 1.
Yes, he did. He got a great start in that number 97 Ford Fusion, and we've already got a spinner through turn 2. Going to try to get a look at who that is for us here. Mason Wetzel looks like he got a little bit loose. He saved it. No damage on that number 28 Haviland Ford, but we come around the end of lap 1. Nate Trio's already led as we're now a lap and a half already into this race.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, there's a heck of a battle back here for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. Tyler Siffert's got his hands full that there with Ryan Knoll and the 78 machine, but he's got Mike Rominger and those company back there. Those guys are already utilizing that high side that we saw last night, Ryan.
Yeah, they are. The high side is definitely the place to be here at Bristol Motor Speedway. You would think it would be the bottom, but it's the momentum up top of these Cup cars. They have so much power, so much speed. The top is just the place to be as we roll around here at Bristol Motor Speedway. As I'm looking up ahead, we got another car smoking as they go through turn 1. It's the number... Oh, I'm sorry. The number 29 of Matt Walzenbach has lost an engine.
Oh, man, unfortunately. He gets in the pit road. He does have a fast fix, so he'll be able to get that car, man, back and off and running. But just an unfortunate set of circumstances for him tonight.
Definitely unfortunate that number 29 machine had a lot of high hopes coming into this race. Really felt like he could just try to survive at the beginning. I'm not sure what happened to Matt. I'm going to try to go back and see if maybe he got into the wall or something like that, but not too sure. Yes, he did, actually, as they came off of turn 4 at the end of lap 3 for the 29 car. Looks like he just got loose and he just hit that inside wall and popped that motor.
Yeah, well, he's got his fast fix. Nice looking wild paint job there he's got on that car tonight.
Very nice paint job. A brand new one for Matt. I'm not sure if he designed this one himself, but he's definitely going to be in a hole now as we take a look. That 29 machine is going to be at least 3 laps down now after that mistake. Hoping he's going to be one of those guys that's going to hope for a few yellows to try to get some laps back, as I'm riding along with the number 40 of Aaron Krauskopf. There's some more smoke as they come off of turn 2, but Krauskopf is only about 5 seconds now ahead of Nate Trito. We're only on lap 8 here, Joe.
Well, I tell you, and that's the nature of the beast here, Ryan, is what we said last night. Being the leader at this track, danger, or what was the word I was looking for last night? Danger is around every corner here, and you never know what's going to happen. And Becky, just to answer your question, yeah, like the old board, thank you. Just to answer your question, you shouldn't have to. You should get a notification as long as you're subscribed to the channel that the race is definitely going to be broadcasted. Don't know why it didn't pop up for you tonight, but nonetheless, good to see all the viewers out there. You know, we appreciate that. And right now, I got to give my hats off to these guys. Very patient, spread out a lot here to be this track, and you know, we're sitting here right now. Nate Trito's leading them away. Got Cameron Hearn kind of trying to close in. David Shutt in third. Tyler Sifford right there. He's got his hands full a little bit with Ryan Knoll on his back bumper, but right now, I tell you what, a lot of give and take here for this race. We've got 275 laps. You might think that's a long way, but hey, you get green flags here, that thing will click off very, very fast.
Yeah, they will. I mean, we run lap times around here in about 15 seconds. That means you can run 4 laps a minute. So at that rate, 175 laps, that can be over in just under an hour. So, I mean, these guys are really... Oh, and we have a caution out, Joe. I'm going to try to figure out where they are out on the track. Looks like the number 99 of Bobby Cheney over on the front straightaway. He and somebody got together right in front of him. Oh,
man, that's one of your fan favorites right there.
Oh, it was Matt Walzenbach again in the 29 machine. That's going to end his night.
Well, let's go back here just a little bit and see what happened. Well, looks like Bobby Cheney blinked on us right there. You just saw the replay, folks. Yeah, Matt wasn't... Well, actually, number 24 machine's right down there involved, too.
The 29 spun, I believe, when they came off of 4.
Unfortunate, folks. I tell you, that's... hate to see that, man, on any of them, but... definitely, like I said, we want to appreciate all the viewers, and it actually, for 17 laps there, it actually has been a pretty good one. These guys fanned out quite well, to say the least. I mean, they really did. I got to give my hats off to them. A lot of patience was being brought here, so we see a storm of cars coming down in pit road, and a couple of them spun coming down in pit road there.
Yeah, a few cars did spin as they tried to get on pit road. It's very tough to get down here sometimes. Very confusing pit road. Under green, you are allowed to pit on your end of pit road, whether you're on the front stretch or the back stretch. Under caution, you have to use that entire pit road all the way around. So a lot of these guys, you'll probably see a few people get, penalties here and there as they're trying to figure out and making sure they're getting on pit road in the right places.
Absolutely, and I tell you, this has been a heck of a thing here. And good thing about it is caution laps don't take that long here, Ryan. I tell you, hey, another thing, I always bring this up. Let me know how the stream looks up out there to the viewers. Well, Becky, I'll miss y'all too. I do appreciate very. I am staying in the cup. Yes, oh yes, yeah. We're here for the cup throughout the year, and going to be in negotiations to talk, and me and Ryan hopefully be back here next season. So look forward to that, man. And nonetheless, but what I was about to say is as always, I always ask the viewers out there, let me know how the stream looks. Let me know how me and Ryan sounds. I know I sound better than he does. just messing. Ryan does a wonderful job. I've been very pleased and very thankful and happy for him to be up in the booth with me. And Ryan, I know I very appreciate you being here every week with me.
Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate being here. As you know, it wouldn't be up here if it weren't for you giving me the chance to do this. So I definitely appreciate you having the faith in me to have me come up here and call these races with you. Just want to give a call real quick, too. Back at that accident, I was trying to make a list of the cars involved. The main vehicles involved were the 99 of Bobby Cheney, the 29 of Matt Walzenbach, obviously. The 24 of Landon Lacey was involved. The 34 of Katie Hyatt was also involved in that crash as well.
Oh, hate to see that.
On the outside.
Oh, man. Well, lights off on the pace car. We're about to send this thing going. And look at that. We have got Delonte Ballard right here. And Aiden Young going to be right there on the outside, or on the inside, actually, because Delonte took the outside for him. But Cameron Hearn right there is going to send these cars roaring off again around this half-mile track. They did very good with that restart. So we're going to see how well they do on this restart. Here's the pace car, drops down on the pit road. And we'll see old Delonte Ballard, that Toyota-powered machine, jump out front. Aiden Young gets a good start. Boy, he's got a nose full of, look at Nate Trito. It looks like Nate Trito ran the 7 up the track just a little bit.
Well, the 09 of Aiden Young actually looked like he spun the tires on the restart there, Joe, and the 97 had nowhere to go. The 78 got loose over there back in turn 3. He held on to it. A good job by Ryan Nolan there. But as they're starting to get spread out here, we've got Delonte Ballard out leading in front here with Cameron Hearn, one of those drivers that was really in contention last night, and we have a caution out. I'm going to try to get a look at who it was.
Oh, man, unfortunately, I tell you what, in the meantime, while you're looking for that caution, they were wheel to wheel right there, side by side, 7 and David Shutt and the number 7 of Tyler Sifford. They were having a heck of a duel.
Yeah, they were. They were having a heck of a battle, and I've actually found the caution. It was coming off of turn 2. The number 9 of Trevor Rapolo. Looks like he might have gotten some help from the 27.
All right, well, let's go back here and look, and yes, he did. Man, just got turned. Looks like one of those racing deals here, unfortunately, for just one of those racing deals. I mean, this is Bristol. The cars wash up so very, very quickly, and we've seen it last night a lot. So we went through 17 laps, caution-free. They got spread out a little bit, but hey, the old adage saying, cautions breed cautions. We know it. Everyone else knows it, so that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, you know, we're seeing a lot of yellow right now early. Only the second caution, I should say, but a lot of cars already involved, and we've already had 2 cars that are already not going to finish this race. And Matt Walzenbach and Landon Lacey, we might be getting ready to add a couple more cars to that list, you know, with all these cautions that are going on. But that is typical here at Bristol. A lot of cautions tend to come out early. Guys will... you know, the field will get thinner and thinner, and then once we get down, you know, maybe it's unfortunate, but once you get about maybe 3/4, half the field, that's when you'll see a long green flag run.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, it has been a heck of a race, and you're right, Becky. Bristol is tough. It is definitely tough. I want to welcome all the viewers out there. We're in the caution, second time tonight. It's Bristol, man. We're here. Not under the lights as usual, but I tell you what, it is Bristol. And it is a heck of a race. We got these. It's the Cup Series, Ryan. This is the epitome of what you get to. It's what you work for in NASCAR level to get to these cars. And it's no different than iRacing levels. They have a Pro Series that is here. And actually, we have some Pro Series style drivers. And most notably, Jake Nichols, who has pulled himself back up to 9th spot, so methodically, quietly, bringing it to the front, just like his teammate last night did, Tyler Sifford. So I don't, long way to go. So I don't think we're going to not see that man up front.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, I think. We're looking at the number 73 car. He started 14th tonight, not too typical of Jake Nichols to start, outside the top 10 in a Cup Series race, but he's got it up in 9th place. Right behind him was the guy that started right behind him at the start of the race as well, is Vern Bradley in that number 74 AMCO Chevrolet. He started 16th. He's now running in the top 10 as well. So we are seeing 2 guys who are just kind of slowly, methodically trying to get their way up to the front, and we'll just have to see what happens here. But, if Jake can keep that car out of trouble, he's definitely always, or as always, going to be arguably one of the guys to beat tonight.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, it's a heck of a sight here tonight to see these cars run around this half-mile track. Lights off on a pace car, and it's coming out of turn number 3. It's going in turn number 3, let's say, and going to be coming out of turn number 4 here. No, we're not racing Martinsville. Sorry. But as we're heading back to green flag, Delonte Ballard, excuse me, I said David Shutt. Delonte Ballard shot out of that one like I said, what's your old saying you like to say, Ryan?
Oh, the number 54 shot out of a cannon on that restart there. The number 54 did, as Delonte Ballard's going to pull them into turn 3. And the 7 car, Tyler Sifford, eats the wall as they go into turn 3. A lot of damage on that 7 car.
Yes, he did. And while you said that, the reason he ate the walls, he drove that thing in very hard. And Cameron Hearn. Now, last night, there is no love lost between those two. And you saw the number 7 drive it in hard and, got into the back. Man, I'm going to tell you what, we might have to watch those two. Them two are dueling it out like a dog fight out there.
Well, we mentioned it at the beginning of the broadcast. I felt like these two were going to be, fighting and scrapping like dogs here after last night. Certainly, as you said, no love lost between the 7 and the 67, but certainly going to be a battle to watch all night. As that damage, as we mentioned earlier, these guys are going to be able to take a little bit of a bump. Unlike a few weeks ago at Indianapolis, aerodynamics not going to play into effect like it might have for Jake Nichols. So tonight, it's going to be all about how your car's handling, and that 7 car, even with that right front damage, appears to be on pace with Delonte Ballard as Tyler Sifford's going to try to get by the number 54, I would say, as they go into turn number 1.
Well, I know you. Well, let's flip that around a little bit, Ryan. I know you mentioned something about. Oh, wait a minute, Nate Trito spun him.
And there's going to be a bigger crash as they come off of turn 2. The track looks black, Joe.
It did, and he tried to stay put and let the field go by, but unfortunately where he was sitting at, and then he got pile drived right in the nose of that number 7. But it looked like, nope, like I say, we saw Nate Trito did get in the back of him, and don't think it's intentional or anything like that, but none the least. It just looked like that Sifford was going up, man, really high there, and man, Trito just drove it in very hard and got in the back end of him.
I don't even think Nate Trito got into the back before he started spinning, Joe. It looks like the number 7 was actually getting loose as he was all over the back of Delonte Ballard, and the 97 just got into the back of him when he was already sideways.
Well, let's go back and watch it just 1 second here, and we'll see. He's up here. He's riding along. I'm going to tell you what. He's on the back bumper there, Delonte Ballard. Well, you're right. My bad. I didn't catch it. It happened so fast in real time when I was watching. But you're right, Tyler Sifford looks like he just jumped up there very quickly on the back end, Delonte, and nonetheless got it, almost lost it. And unfortunately, Nate Trito was there, and man, just a chain reaction type of thing.
Definitely, and we had quite a few cars involved in that one. As I mentioned, it looked like the track was blocked a little bit. We had the 7 car, obviously, of Tyler Sifford involved. Number 8 car of Christopher Parkman got a lot of damage on that Lowe's Chevrolet, and even the number 81 of Dwayne Culberson got spun around. But if you want to watch a cool onboard, check number 34 of Katie Hyatt, as she had to pick her way through that accident. Very smart on her job, getting that number 34 Toyota woed up just before she got into the side of the number 7 car.
Well, absolutely, and I tell you, also, we're looking here again. Want to mention tonight, Extreme Motorsports. Hey, Michelle, how you doing out there tonight, man? We're having a heck of a. Hello, Dale. How are you? Yeah, I got a little aggressive, but nonetheless, what I want to mention tonight is we're here at Bristol Motor Speedway, ExtremeMotorsports99.com for the Cup Series here tonight. And I also want to mention one of the sponsors here, main sponsors here at Extreme Motorsports 99, Old School Painting. Now, they have an Old School Motorsports, which is basically the same thing. It's just like Fusion Motorsports TV Racing and Fusion Motorsports TV. But Old School Painting. Sean Dorr and company, and actually Sean Dorr is on track tonight. Let's go and actually look, and he has got a heck of a, he's got that Suicide Squad paint job, and that's actually one of his paint jobs. He made that, so definitely a very good looking paint job there to show off. But if you need any paint or anything that for a car or truck or any other paint job, definitely check them boys out there, man, at Old School Painting on Trading Paints. They definitely will have get you started, because right there, that's a nice looking car, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely, no pun intended, but I would say that paint job's pretty crazy, especially based on that hood.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna try to see if we can get a little chase view. Is lights still on the pace car, by the way?
I believe so. I believe we're still
okay.
single file.
All right,
no, they just went out. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get real quick here. We'll just kind of get a little shot here of his car for everybody. But like I say, Old School Painting, definitely check them out tonight and whatnot. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. No doubt, I got to get a shot of Jonathan Shipman's car, man, before the night is over with. But nonetheless, Nate Trito. Well, actually, there we go. We got a shot of we just sitting. Jonathan Shipman sitting right there in a second as pace car's off, and we're about to send these monster machines flying. And you see that number 23 Haas. And I will say this, Shipman, you look a lot better in a Ford than you do the Chevy, by the way.
Well, I think, we've already got another caution back out, but I was about to say I think Jonathan Shipman would likely disagree with you there on that comment. He is not a fan of driving that Ford. He already made it clear that was not by choice to drive that Ford Fusion tonight. But let's try to take a look and see who that caution was for. I didn't happen to catch it just quite yet.
Well, nonetheless, while you're doing that, Jonathan, if you're out there listening, I know you have family members listening, but hey, you're in second place, man, with the Ford. So if you win tonight, does that mean you're going to switch?
I don't know if he's going to switch, but I'm going to tell you what, it has been a very unfortunate night for Katie Hyatt. She was at the very start of that action, a massive pileup as they went into turn 1. A lot of cars were involved, Joe. That's going to end the 34th night, and many other cars rolled over as they went into turn 1.
Well, let's see if we can't get the calls of what happened there on the restart here. And unfortunately, we do have Katie Hyde and the Toyota there tonight. Not having the night she liked. Oh, and it looks like they checked up on the outside, and she just got in the rear. And wow, you're right. 67 Cameron Hearn involved, 28 involved. A slew of cars, man, involved in that one. Unfortunate right there. Yeah, old school painting. You're right, man. I want to definitely give them a shout out. Got a bunch of viewers out there talking. And unfortunately, man, just not the night she's having there that she wants, Ryan. But that's Bristol. I mean, you know, it's like playing the lottery here. You know, you could be up front. That really be, actually we saw it last night. Alan J. Elwood, the leader, put it on poles, dominate. Like I say, trouble lurks around every corner here, and it did for him with a lap machine and a wreck, and he got involved in it. So you're not safe anywhere on this track.
No, you're not, and this is probably a good opportunity while we're under caution to show people how unlucky you actually can be, because this accident actually started 3 cars in front of Katie Hyde on that restart. The number 3 of Richie Evans spun his tires really bad on that restart. That caused what they call the accordion effect. Everybody kind of piled into each other, and she was just the unlucky one that didn't have the driver behind her check up enough and cause her to spin. So if you actually watch the number 3, that all starts when he spins his wheels just as he's coming to the start-finish line.
Oh, wow. I tell you what, with the top 3 right quick right now, hard-charging Nate Trito, Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman, and right there, Vern Bradley. I'm going to call him the veteran, man. Veteran Vern Bradley right here. Definitely. But, boy, I tell you what, right there, number 88 machine of John Houston. And then, don't look. We ain't got to look too far, but now he does got some damage on that nose. But Superman himself, Jake Nichols, has powered that machine back up to 5th spot. And, most notably, old 00, man. Good to see Nick up back. Saw him last night racing. Good to see him back tonight here. And good-looking machine at 00 right there out here in 6th spot. Richie Evans running right there in the 7th spot. Ryan Knoll in 8th. Justin Gable, in the number 13 and 9th. And round out the top 10, Tommy, what was that, Eisenhower? Massey. Okay, good deal. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll move it back up here front. We're going to ride with Vern Bradley here on this restart. Because it's like your old saying, I'll let you call this one here, Ryan.
All right, we're gonna have these guys come into turn 3 and 4 here. I'm gonna be watching from the outside lane with Jonathan Shipman just to see what goes on. I'm going to assume the 97 is gonna get a good restart here, but that pace car is gonna make, as you say, Joe, that hard left turn, and the 97 is gonna take off as they head for turn number 1. It looks like everybody gets going a little bit better this time on this restart.
Yes, they do. Vern Bradley up high. He's got his hands full with none other than Jake Nichols. Looking on the inside, Nichols said thought better of it, but he sticks his nose back again as these guys are fanned out a little bit right there behind him. And like I say, they are now nose to tail.
Yes, they are. A lot of singling filing out here up at the front of the field. It looks like these guys are starting to get it settled down. We've had a few cautions here very early in the race. We're already coming to lap 47 now of 275 laps.
Yes.
I didn't realize how long. I thought you said 175
earlier.
No. But we definitely got a long race still to go. Not even, really a quarter of the way through this race yet. But these laps are really clicking off quick as they come through turn 1 and 2 here, riding on board with that number 23. And the caution's out again, Joe. Oh, wow. Well,
and I'm going to tell you, we'll just go ahead and say this. This is nothing that is surprising myself. Hope it don't surprise a lot of the viewers. The caution-wise is because none other than it's Bristol. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Do you see who was involved in that one?
It all started with Cannonball Chris Hurlow and that number 87 machine. He looks like he and somebody else might have gotten together.
Number 7 machine, you said?
87.
87, okay. Wow, Chris, he's a darn good one, too. So let's see. Let's rewind it back here, get a little idea what we're going on. He is side by side, door to door. Right there, got David Shutt and Delonte Ballard right there with him, too. So multitude of good cars. Aiden Young's there. So let's see who gets through this one and whatnot. We're watching along with him in that 87 machine right now. And I tell you what, we're still watching here as they are. Oh, it looked like, man, they upset the car. I don't know if he got in the side of Aiden Young or maybe net code involved. Couldn't tell you, but wow. He He spun it. Now, that's the only car I saw involved there. Was anybody else involved?
The caution came out actually for the number 12 of Damian Crump. He spun trying to avoid the 87 as he went into turn one. It looks like he lost it and just spun sideways in the middle of the track, and that would have brought out the caution, not the 87. But the 87 was the start of it. I apologize.
That's all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Get comment out there. I can't read it. I know the last name's a Monkey. He said, I wish I could drive the tow truck for iracing. Tell you what, you'd make a killing out here tonight at Bristol and Martinsville, because these guys are definitely going to bring home some mangled, beat-up machines. And that's another thing, Ryan. If you think that you're going to come out of here with a pristine-looking car, man, you might as well just go stop at your pit stall and just hang out there all race.
I mean, you're right. It's, absolutely no question these guys are certainly going to come out of this race with a lot of scratches. I mean, yes, they have fast fixes, and that's really going to save you from one really big accident. But in retrospect, you really need to hope that if you've got damage on this car, it isn't to the engine block, because you're going to have a lot of damage everywhere else, whether it's your bumpers, your doors, fenders, all kinds of stuff. These cars are going to be torn up by the end of this race here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, run through the field real quick here, and that's the bad thing about a short track. It's a good thing, and bad thing is the bad thing is caution laps go real fast, and good thing is that they go real fast. But got a lot of people out there chatting up a cool breeze. Want to name out a few of them? Got Becky, Christina, Chris, the Immune Monkey, Michelle. Let's see, I saw somebody out there by the name of Dale, or is that right?
Yep, we got
Daly?
Dale Daly out there. We got,
Daly?
obviously, as always, Chris Harvey.
Lisa, I got to bring her name up in there. So a multitude. If I missed your name, please hit a shout, and Ryan will let me know, and he'll say, "Hey, wake up here, man. We got people talking."
Definitely. I mean, we've got, as always, as well, we've got Robert Shipman out there, and I do want to give a call to a friend of mine who's watching tonight, Lighton67, a buddy of mine, Frank, my dad's girlfriend's son. Sitting out here watching us for the first time, so definitely cool to see him out here watching the chat.
Yes, it is. I tell you what, right now, you're right. Nate Trito, the man out there holding off Jonathan Shipman. Now, Jonathan Shipman did good, but look at that. Jake Nichols up in the third as the Hayes car is going to hit right there off of pit road. His head's off, and he's going to send these monster machines. Nate Trito gets a jump, and look at Jake Nichols. Also, Shipman didn't get the jump he wanted.
No, he didn't. And it's important to remember that the 97 and the 73 are teammates. I'm going to suggest for sure. Oh, we got a big crash. It's Nick Hunt.
Oh, man, unfortunate right there. Well, you sure it was Nick Hunt? Because I see him still running.
It was a silver car. It looked exactly like Nick's car. Oh, it was the 88.
Oh, no. Well, he was actually right in front of Nick Hunt, so that's probably why you saw him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, right behind him. Well, let's go and see if we can see, man, what happened here. As going to ride along with him here. Right along TV right here as he is side by side with the it looks like he just came up a little bit, and Ryan Knoll was there. This looks like the door closed real estate. You said big crash. Yep, they stacked up behind him. 99 involved again. Man, just unfortunate here tonight. I tell you, cautions breed cautions, and we're seeing it here tonight.
Yes, we are. I mean, Aiden Young involved, the 99 and Bobby Cheney again. Last night's winner, James Thorndike, and the 59 also involved. A lot more good cars involved. And John Houston just, you said it, just probably thought he was clear, came up the track. The 78 of Ryan Nolan was there, just nowhere for Ryan Nolan to go, and car just comes up in front of you. So definitely unfortunate. And I do want to bring this up. I made a mistake last week and had said the 88 was a team car to Old Schools Racing. He is actually driving for Law Dog Motorsports, which is the team that is run with Rick Donathan. So yes, I do want to make that correction and apologize to those guys last week for giving some false information on their teams.
Well, and that's just some of the things we know. We try to find out from week to week and what's going on with the racing scene here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com and get all the action here. 99 having a lot of problems tonight, unfortunately. Bobby Cheney usually is very, very consistent. I think that's what we named him, Mr. Consistency out here. And hey, it's Bristol. You come to this track and it's very, very hard. So, again, I want to welcome all the viewers out there. And like I said, got Frog Racing out there. That's kind of cool name. That's unique. Definitely got Michelle. I'll tell you what, she comes to all the races. Chris Harvey, all of them. Becky, man. as diehard, we're still waiting for Tyler Sifford to close that deal. One day he's going to close and seal the deal for us and get us that dang milk and cookies that we've been yelling about since last season.
Yeah, we're definitely still waiting on that. I'm going to blame Tyler for that. He really needs to pick it up. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But I will say, I'm wondering, and this is something for Becky Sifford. I announced last night in the chat during your guys' stream that in just under about 10 days from now, I will be running in the FMTV Daytona 500, and Tyler Sifford is going to be my crew chief and spotter for that event, which can be seen live here on FMTV too. And I wonder, if I win that race, because Tyler is my spotter, does that count for the milk and cookies?
Can we at least get the cookies? Half of
I'll
it.
go with the cookies. I'll drink the milk in Victory Lane. I'll ship out the cookies.
There we go. Absolutely. I tell you what, it's, that's the whole thing, man. Have fun up here and definitely enjoy what we're doing. Is trying to flip through some of the cars here the best I can. Man, we haven't really talked about much. Way back there in 15th spot, Bryant Ward. You know, I call him No Fear Bryant Ward, because man, the man has no fear when it comes to driving anything out here, and we know that, you know that.
Again, we mention it every week how much Bryant Ward has, really shown up this year in the Cup Series in that 44 Toyota, shown a lot of potential, is very aggressive, drives, like just a man of steel. But we're getting ready for this restart. But Bryant Ward, as you said, definitely a very good driver as they're coming out of turn 4, Joe.
Yeah, they are. Look at Nate Trito shot out there again. Got Jake Nichols right there with him. He's got his hands full, though, with Jonathan Kryptonite Shipman. We know how that scenario usually works out. That's how he got his nickname. He's going to be like, hey, Superman, guess what? I'm coming on the inside, and I'm going to try to put you down. It looks like he might try to take that path. This is Ford versus Ford. We usually say Ford versus Chevy.
Yeah, I mean, it's all three Fords up front and another caution stop. These guys don't want me to get a word in edgewise tonight.
Yeah, they don't, man. I tell you, it starts to look like our Indianapolis race.
Yeah, it is, and we got, let's see, the 27's involved, maybe another car up in front of him. I think the action happened in front of him, though. Another big pile up in turn 1.
All right, well, let's actually get this. I'll tell you what, we'll go while we're watching this replay here for all these folks. I don't want to be an admin. Not for this race anyways, because I tell you, it is, oh yeah, big pile up right in front of him. Boom, he had nowhere to go, ran right up into it, unfortunately, right there.
And you know what? I'm going to say this. This is crazy here. The two cars that actually started that accident, teammates, Mike Rominger, the same accident as the 88 getting up in front of the 78 on that last restart. Looks like he just thought he was clear. The 67 got into the wall a little bit. Mike Rominger came up in that number 4 E3 Spark Plugs machine as they came across the start-finish line and just blocked the whole track as they went into turn 1. Nowhere for anybody to go on that crash. Yeah,
absolutely. And I tell you what, that actually is kind of uncharacteristic for him. He, Mike Rominger, defended champ, and I know he probably didn't do any of that on purpose, but nonetheless, the man out on point tonight. Put it on pole. He's currently fourth. Led 45 laps of 63 tonight, 275. That's what we talked about, Ryan. That sounds like a lot, but we get a long green flag run here. Those things will click off very fast. Now, unfortunately, we haven't had a long green flag run, but let's get a quick little race summary right here. Your leader, Nate Trito, laps completed so far, 63 of 275. We've had 2 lead changes and 7 cautions. So, yeah, we might be on point to try to break a record of cautions, but I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of cautions so far. It's something that, a couple of us kind of suggested at, before we turned the broadcast on, that we felt like this race could have this be potential, especially after last night. The Xfinity Series also had a lot of cautions, but, it's going to happen. It's Bristol. It's a short track. We're in such fast cars. They're running so close to each other. One small mistake by anybody, and there's just nowhere to go. And it's like I mentioned before, we had such a big field that it's going to take some of these big crashes. Once people run out of fast fixes and these guys have to tow and go laps down and such forth, eventually, there'll be so few cars that they'll be able to get a long green flag run, but I don't anticipate that happening until we're probably just about halfway, I would say, if my prediction is right, Joe.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, appreciate it, Michelle, out there stopping by as always, and I read the thing, and I hate to hear about your son, but several years ago. You just said tomorrow marks 3 years of that. Definitely I couldn't imagine, as I have a 10-year-old and a 22-year-old myself, and they are the world to me, and it is I couldn't imagine, so definitely either way, man, we appreciate you stopping by and watching this, and heck, it's just looks like me and Ryan's going to get a heck of a round of talking in this race, because every time we start getting some action, we get caution.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of yellow so far, but do want to give a call as well, taking a look through the field, checking out that number 13 car, Justin Gable, going to restart in 8th spot. First time we've really seen him up in the top 10 this season, Joe.
Absolutely. As we're riding right here, pace car's going to drop down pit road here, and it's going to send these monster machines a-flying. Nate Trito gets another jump, and I tell you, Jake Nichols right there with him this time, but I tell you what, Jake Nichols got some damage. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. He is not going to fix that damage until the very, very bitter end. He's not going to use that fast fix. And we know, here on this track, the half mile, it definitely won't affect him too much, so to speak. And right now, he's in a duel with the Kryptonite man himself, Jonathan. We're in the caution.
Yes, we are trying to get a look again here for you, Joe. We got another one spawned. Looks like 12 cars involved again here. Damian Crump. Try to see if maybe there was another spin in front of him. I gotta say, I'm kind of watching, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the 12 car was going into turn 1 on lap 68, and it looks like it was a single car spin.
Okay, he's going in there, and I tell you what, nice looking paint job, by the way, on that thing, and he does. He just drove it in very hard, single car spin. Toys R Us, and yeah, I don't think he's going to look like a Toys R Us kid after that one.
No, he's not. Certainly going to look like more of a spinning RS is that number 12 car so far. He's been involved in a few accidents, unfortunately for himself, but hopefully he'll get that 12 car sorted out and be able to compete here tonight. But what I was going to say was, it appears to me that on these cautions, a lot of the problem is that it's really an issue being dictated by the leaders. Every time, the second that pace car comes off as they go through turn 4, these guys are jumping right as they're coming off of the corner. I'm wondering if because some of these guys are restarting in the turns, if that's what's stacking up the field really bad, causing tire spin, bunching these guys together and causing these accidents as they go through these first corners because they're all stuck 3 wide in such an odd, awkward position in the pack.
Well, and you're right. It is, and it's just an awkward thing. We'll definitely want to give another shout out here to Old School's Painting here, one of the main sponsors at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Definitely want to show it. And Ryan, I mean, now I'm gonna go ahead and say it because he's in the Suicide Squad paint job, which is one that he's done himself, and it's a very, very, very awesome different paint job right there. But he's not in his booty machine.
No, he's not. The 62 hasn't been in that onion booty machine for a couple of weeks here. Not a whole lot of guys to distract here at Bristol, and you certainly don't want to distract people. I would say, though, almost looking in the rearview mirror, people called Dale Earnhardt Sr. the Intimidator. Seeing that screaming Joker face in your mirror, that can't be a settling sight to have Sean Dorr right behind you in this race. At least in my opinion, it wouldn't be.
Absolutely, and it's a nice looking paint job nonetheless. If you catch a couple weeks, several weeks ago, he had an onion booty machine, and I guess we can give him the nickname Sean Booty Dorr. How's that?
Oh my, I don't know if we can do that, Joe.
Well,
you gave me a warning last night.
I know.
The booty reference. I might have to call you out here on the boot, bud.
I know. So we'll find something. I don't know. We'll come up with Sean Suicide. Hell, we may not say that either, man. So we'll find something, man. Hey, anybody got any ideas? I'm out of ideas right now. We'll find something out.
I just thought of it, Joe. It's so obvious. It's painted on his car.
What's
old
that?
School Sean Dorr.
The old school Sean Dorr. There we go. And definitely old school painting lights off on the pace car. We're about to set, hopefully to send this thing back a storming around here for several laps and get it going. Nate Trito's still the man out front. He's got Jake Nichols. We got Vern Bradley up there in third, though.
Definitely. Vern finished third here last night. You know, had a really strong machine. Told you guys in the interview he really felt like he could have won that race last night. That 70 or the 14 machine was very strong last night. Riding here in that 74 Fusion Motorsports Racing Amco Chevy. Going to try to maybe pick up his first win of the season here in the Cup Series, Joe.
Well, absolutely. And I tell you what, here we go. The pace car's dropping off into pit road. And Nate Trito, go ahead and say it, Ryan.
Nate Trito is going to shoot himself out of that cannon again here as they come off of turn 4. It looks like a little bit of a cleaner start all the way through the field that time, as Ryan Nolan is actually going to take over the third spot here in that 78 machine as they try to go through turn 3 and 4. 78's looking to the inside of Jake Nichols as they come back to the start-finish line.
Yeah, it is, and while he's trying to look on the inside of there, right behind him, we got to notice notably David Shutt right there. We call him the Nightmare. David Shutt, he is definitely trying to stalk down Jake Nichols and company up front. He had his hands full with Vern Bradley, but he is all over the back deck lid there of the number 78.
Yes, he is. He's riding all over the back of the 78 machine, and the 78 is actually riding over the back of Jake Nichols right now. He makes you wonder if that damage on the nose of the 73 is maybe slowing him up a tiny bit on the straightaways, maybe a drop in engine power. That's the best thing in the world the 97 can see, is the Nate Trio actually rubs the wall as they go through turn 1. Doesn't look like it affected him too much there, though, as the 41, the Nightmare, David Shutt's going to look to the inside of the 78 off of turn 4.
Yeah, he is. He's on the inside there, door to door. But hey, wait a minute. Ryan held him off on the outside there. And just noted, I want to say Ryan held him off, but we're going to take it back to Ryan.
Yes, we are. That 78 car held him off up top. We call it the Big Mo here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Momentum, all of it. That's why these guys are running up on the top of this racetrack. You got to have the momentum. Passing on the bottom is possible later in a run, but at the beginning, if you're not up top, you ain't got speed. So a lot of these guys are really trying to make it work early, as we see the 97 starting to spread out, and the 73 is actually starting to pull away from Ryan Owen in that battle for third with the number 41 and the 74 car back there.
Yeah, it is a 41 right there all over the back deck lid of the number 78 machine of Ryan Noah is looking on the inside. We've got these cars spread out just a little bit, but the battle right now is for third position, and then he's trying to look and say, can I take it on the inside? Can I take it on the outside? I mean, man, it's very hard to pass here. It's almost like a one-groove track here, to say the least, Ryan.
Yeah, it is a very one-groove racetrack, especially right now early in the race. It's hard to make those passes early on. You know, you have to have the ability to make that car work like you want it to be able to make those kinds of passes on the inside. And with the way these cars appear to be handling, maybe a little bit tight almost, or maybe even a bit loose in some circumstances, at least under braking when these guys are getting to the corner, it may just be easier to run it up top, because if you're running to the inside of somebody, you don't really want to get loose, because you're going to take yourself out for sure.
Well, absolutely. Right now, where I said Vern Bradley's going to have his hands full with Delonte Ballard. We know that man can wheel a car around these tracks, and that number 54 Toyota. And that's another thing. The Toyotas are coming to the front in a hurry, as we got a battle between Ryan Noel and that man David Shutters. They're 2 by 2, man, door banging each other here in this great little colossus of a arena.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we're here, you know, it's just a great run so far for a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys fighting and battling all the way around this track. There's a great battle going on right about the 15th spot as I'm riding up front right now, just riding off the front end cam of the number 73 machine, as Jake actually gets into the wall as they come off of turn 2, but up front, it is the battle. Nate Trito is going to pass the number 40 car of Aaron Kroskoff again as they come off of turn 4. And as we look back, the 41 is once again all over the back of Ryan Nolan as they head for turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, they are. And I tell you, got battles everywhere, and we're trying to keep up with everything and all the action going on around this track. Now they're spread out, but I mean, hey, we got lap traffic, and that's where I said before, it doesn't matter, leader or not, you definitely have to worry about everyone on this track, period. And right now, you know, danger lurks around every corner. As unfortunately, yeah, the number 40 machine, he's just trying, being very respectful, staying out of the way of the leaders right there. That's awesome, that MPI machine there of Aaron. But I tell you, Ryan knowing the 78, Ryan, he's got his hands full with David Shutt.
Yeah, he does. He's got that 41 all over the back of him. I'm actually riding along with a cannonball, Chris Hurlow, who's running back in the 17th right now. A great battle going on, basically from 9th position all the way back through 20th. A lot of these cars all under a blanket, and we got a spinner as they come off of turn 2. It was the 12 car of Damian Crump. No caution. Damian's going to get that thing back rolling but a great battle going on back here between the old school's teammates of Sean Dorr and Aiden Young back here for the top 15 spot.
Yeah, it is. I'm back here watching it with you, and I see that, man. Look at the 87. He's old, and he gets in contact with the 09 and holds on to that machine.
A good save by the 87, and he's going to get loose as he's going down the straightaway. Again, a great save by Chris Harlow.
Yeah,
what
it was. I tell you, it looked like Mike Rominger might have got in the back end, and no fault of his own on the Mike Rominger. It looked like was kind of just an accordion effect of what happened before. Chris kind of got a little bit loose there. Nonetheless, man, I tell you what, they were dueling it out up there.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the 87 definitely stuck his nose inside of the 09 and tried to make that work. But how about that save? Most guys get that loose on the straightaway, and that's a 10-car pile up. A heck of a save by the 87 car, trying to make sure that number 87 Office Depot Old Spice machine can stay in this race and try to pick up his first win of the season. Yeah,
absolutely. And I tell you what, that's some good racing going on back here. Excuse me, for 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. All these guys back here riding along with Sean Dorr. He's got his hands full with Alan Westman right there. He's got a good-looking paint job. He dives on the inside. And right there, don't count out, number 81, Dwayne Comerson. He's another Jake Nichols racing teammate there. He is actually pulling up on the back deck lid of the number 17 himself.
Yes, he is. He's right behind Alan Westman and now running up top just behind Sean Dorr. Looks like Sean's going a little bit slow up top as he's trying to work his way around here in cross top. That 81 Boeing machine certainly had a good season so far. Maybe not up to the standard that he would like. Not being able to run quite near as the front as his other teammates had this season thus far, but Dwayne had a very good run last week, if I do recall. Did a very good job at Charlotte, bringing that number 81 home in the top 10, I do believe, for the first time this season. So definitely nice to see Dwayne running up in the top, trying to get up to the top 15 right now as he battles with the number 62 of Sean Dorr and the number 17 of Alan Westman.
Yes, sir. We've got some heck of a battles going on up front here again. As we pull it back up here, Vern Bradley still running in the 6th spot. Right there, Nick Hunt running in the 7th, but he's got his hands full. Well, I'll say that. Excuse me. He's got the number 13 right there with him as they're passing by the 29 there. Matthew Wazenbach not having the night he would really, really like to have. But Jonathan Shipman dropping back a little bit. He's back in the 9th spot. But Christopher Partman bringing a number 8 machine to the front very, very slowly but surely. He's in the top 10.
Yes, he is, and I'm actually looking up front right now with Nate Trito. I'm listening to the iRacing chat. He's getting a little bit frustrated with some of this lap traffic that's getting in his way. If Nate's getting mad at these single cars, he's about to have a huge surprise in front of him as he's got that giant swarm of cars I was watching right ahead of him. Those cars that are having that massive battle for about 10 to 12 positions just in front of Nate Trito. It's going to be interesting to see how Nate works his way through this and if these guys are going to give him any room as they're all battling now, not necessarily just for position, but to stay and be the first car one lap down.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you what, since we're under a pretty good green flag and hopefully we stay under it, we're going to take it to the thing I like to see the most at him. I know all the viewers love to see it. I call it our FMTV2 Speed Cam, and yes, we have it here for the small little bull ring tonight. So let's take this thing and crank it up and do a little bit of speed around here, Ryan.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, and we're under caution here because looks like Mike Rominger is 67 involved in that one.
Yes, he was. It was 62 actually. That it looks like he got loose up top as he went, or no, he got into the wall and actually turned the 4 cars. They went to turn 1.
Okay, well let's go back. That would be Sean Dorr, and unfortunately he was running pretty good at the time. But let's see what happened here. And Sean Dorr, oh yeah, he bumped the wall, and the 4 had nowhere to go. Just ran out of real estate, got into him, and man, a slew of cars. Unfortunate right there. Now, good news is he should have a fast fix, and that cone here, I tell you what, takes a beating. But as we just saw it there in the picture, it got knocked out, but then brought back. Now, I'm not seeing Sean Dorr use his fast fix. I'm wondering if he already used it prior.
I don't know if he used it prior or if he actually had the tow to the pit lane. If that's the case, he's got about a 3-minute tow. But if he doesn't use it by then I would say the 62 has already used it prior. Now, we will say the number 7 of Tyler Sippert got a heck of a whack on the front end of that 7 car. A lot of front end damage. Now, I don't know, but I feel like Tyler was involved in an accident earlier, if I'm not mistaken, and he may have already used his fast repair. Tyler's really going to have to hope that that number 7 car doesn't have any engine damage, or otherwise he's going to be, 1, well under power, 2, that engine's going to expire at some point if he can't get that damage repaired.
Yep. Don't think that those were the leaders out there, Frog. That was actually Sean, I think, was running back on what, about the 14th, 15th spot?
Yeah, that was right around the 15th position. The leader of Nate Trito actually almost got into the back of Tyler Sifford, but was able to get it stopped just in time as he was coming into turn 1, trying to get by some of them lapped cars.
Absolutely, man. I tell you what, once again, I want to appreciate all the viewers out there, and unfortunately there, Sean Dorr getting involved, but hey, well, nonetheless, we'll still get the shout out here. One of the main sponsors at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Old Schools Painting. Definitely check them out on Trading Paints. If you're looking for a great paint job on any of these awesome machines on iRacing, they do great work. So definitely look them guys up on Trading Paints. Sean Dorr and Company.
Yeah, they definitely do a heck of a job. They did a couple of my paint jobs for the truck series. Anybody that's seen my Patronus paint job and my Aaron's paint scheme, both of those were designed by and created for me by Old Schools Motorsports, so definitely want to thank them for that. They do great work. I can tell you that just by first-hand experience. And just want to give an update. The 7 car of Tyler Sifford just pulled off of pit road and is pulling back in again. The 7 does not appear to have his fast repair. He's going to spend a lot of time trying to get this number 7 car fixed and hoping that that engine does not expire.
Yeah, I tell you what, not the night he wanted to see, unfortunately. Now, Becky, don't sweat. He might be able to bring it back to the front nonetheless. Got a lot of time. Lap 111 of 275 in the books tonight. And it has been a thriller nonetheless. Let's get a quick little summary here before we go back green. 110 laps completed of 275, a 4 lead changes, 9 cautions. So, yeah, a lot of cautions for 111, but hey, that's Bristol. And I tell you, last night was nonetheless same thing, but had a good little green flag run going on there. So as this race goes on, I tell you, I got a feeling we're definitely going to get that long green flag as lights are off on the pace car.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I definitely see that we are going to be able to get a long green run, and I just want to give another quick update. We take a look. You actually see 2nd and 3rd place David Shutt and Delonte Ballard, the SRA teammates, starting to work their way once again up into the top 5 as we're coming to the restart.
Absolutely. I'll let you call us restart. Let them off there onto the green flag.
All right, number 97, and Nature is going to be another one of those rocket restarts here as they go off of turn 4. Looks like these guys are going to try to keep it civil as they come through turn 1 and 2. Number 41 is going to pass Ryan Nolan as they come off of 2, and now he's got Delonte Ballard. Ryan Nolan does, looking at his inside as they come back to the start-finish line.
Yeah, he does. Ryan Nolan's got his hands full with those 2 Toyota machines right there. David Shutt and Delonte Ballard. As a man, I tell you what, Delonte Ballard is giving it everything he can give it on that inside and try to hold it and not wash up into it. We know these guys can wheel the machine, and right now they are wheeling them around here 2 by 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely running a lot of hard battles throughout the field. We mentioned it earlier, though, how I felt like the top lane is the place to be, especially in these Cup cars, because of all the power they have. It's not like the Xfinity car where you can make those kinds of moves on the bottom. You need to be up top to make passes. You have to move that guy in front of you out of your way without putting him in the wall and having him mess you up in front of you if your car cannot make that move on the bottom. As I'm actually looking back in about the 6th and 7th spot as there's a battle between the 13 of Justin Gable, another SRA car, and our FMTV driver, Vern Bradley, and he's actually going to lose the spot to Justin Gable for 6th spot.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, Vern Bradley knows he's a veteran man here, and if he sees, man, and he can't put that car somewhere he doesn't want to put it, he'll definitely back out of it and let it go and live to fight another day, so to speak.
Certainly. I mean, I'm going to suggest 74 is just going to keep playing the smart. That's what he did last night in the Xfinity Series, brought that thing home 3rd. Vern, in my opinion, will peak when the time is right. He's a multiple-time short-track champion in other leagues here on iRacing. Vern definitely knows how to get these cars around these smaller tracks, and I definitely think Vern is going to be up here in battle to maybe get this win later here tonight.
Yes, sir. And right behind him, though, nonetheless, you got, look at that, Nick Hunt and Jonathan Shipman right there. They are battling door to door, wheel to wheel, and, man, they are definitely getting it done.
Yes, they are. We got Jonathan Shipman making the pass on what he called the Monster Kryptonite machine as he makes the move to the inside of Nick Hunt. He's going to take that spot. I wouldn't say with ease, but certainly got around him. We got some smoke up ahead and a big crash.
Yes, it is. Big crash right there involved. Holy cow, we just saw it. Actually, Vern Bradley was involved.
Oh, Vern is all torn up.
Yes, he is. I'll tell you what, had a spike right there, man. Nonetheless, on the iRacing side, man, a lot of them looked like it blinked really bad. My end anyways, don't know what happened there, but huge crash. Delonte Ballard involved. Ryan Noel involved. Holy cow, a lot of cars been involved here.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what happened, and Jake Nichols is not going to be happy. The 40 car of Aaron Kroskoff just drove it in too hard in front of him, and instead of keeping it up against the wall, came down across Jake's nose and caused Jake to spin. That's what caused that entire accident. Jake is going to be extremely frustrated.
Yes, it is unfortunate right there. I tell you what, man, hate to see that.
Yeah, definitely not something we wanted to see this early in the race.
No, it's not.
Oh, and I have some even worse news, I fear. The 74, the 73, the 00, none of them appear to have their fast repairs. All of them look like they're gone for the race.
Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. I hate to see that on their end. Nonetheless, we definitely want to, we're lap 124 here, 275, and it has been a heck of a battle, folks, and I don't know, it ain't over with yet.
No, it ain't over. The 74 is back out on track, but if you look, Vern's driving something he's pretty familiar with, that 74 machine looking like a modified as he's rolling on the apron here trying to get back to the pit road. And when he came into the pit, I did not see Vern use his fast repair, so unless he believes that that modified car can at least make laps without having to use the fast fix, I would say that 74's best finish of tonight is going to be somewhere around, you know, as high as maybe 20 laps down if he can even keep pace in that 74 machine.
Yes, it is, and I agree with you there. Yeah, I saw that one too there, man. Car flew, and it just, man, unfortunate right there. A lot of great cars involved in this one, but that's Bristol, and that's what we come to see here. Is I'll take a quick break here right fast. Lights still on the pace car, aren't they?
Trying to get a look for you, try to get a shot. Yes, lights are on the pace car. Looks like it'll be coming to 1 to go.
Okay, we'll be right back here. Alright, we're back here, and I tell you what, it is a heck of a duel up here up front, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. took just a quick commercial break there because, heck, the cautions are so quick here at this track. We got to take a few commercial breaks here and there. But it's been a heck of a race so far tonight. And want to welcome all the viewers out there. Appreciate y'all staying in here. And I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully so far so good, man, stream-wise. And green flag here tonight. Nate Trito gets a jump right there. David Shutt. Now he's got Delonte Ballard all over his back bumper there, Ryan.
Yeah, they do. They come off the turn 2 as the SRA teammates now looking to try to get around the leader, Nate Trito. And want to give a call real quick, looking in a little bit further back. Dwayne Culberson, we were talking about him earlier, worked his way so far up into the top 5. Just behind him, the number 3 of Richie Evans started 10th, running 6th. And also behind them started 29th. Bryant Ward is now running in the 7th spot.
Absolutely is Bryant Ward. And Michael, I am doing quite well. Hope you're doing good yourself tonight. As this has been an exciting race here, 131 or 275. And I tell you, I know the admins are down there, man. Don Kidder, Rick Donathan, and Ryan Keese, man. I bet they're down there, man, pulling their hair out going, gentlemen, man, please, please, please calm down, man. You know, take it easy out there.
Yeah, definitely a tough night to be an admin, especially with all these cautions, trying to keep all these guys settled. And we have another caution out here. Try to see what happened. It's Vern Bradley again. Oh, Vern Bradley was running good. Definitely not tonight. He has one to say, well, he is badly tore up. Let's see what happened here. Well, he was running out there tore up. Looks like he just got stacked up right there. See what happened here on him. Looks like he might have got a little help.
He did. Looked like he just checked up and got a little help. Unfortunate right there for him. Man, hate to see that.
Yeah, you know, I was talking about how I felt like the 74 was running out there, maybe on some borrowed time in that 74 machine. Felt like he was probably going to be off the pace with all that damage. Unfortunately, without that fast apparent Vern, you know, already one lap down, just going to have to come back into the pits. But obviously, if we know Vern going to be very frustrated behind the wheel of that number 74 after having such a good car early on, and now to 2 cautions in a row, one to destroy his car, the next just appears to be turned by a driver who maybe might have been able to check up a little bit, maybe not. Just an unfortunate circumstance, wrong place, wrong time for that 74 machine.
Absolutely. I tell you what, Dale, man, we appreciate you watching tonight, and definitely check out here. And it has been a heck of a battle going on. 135 of 275. Got a long way. I'm going to say a long way to go, but we can click those off very fast. There's some green flag running here, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, going to have to see how this race goes as we continue on here. But so far, a race dominated by Nate Trito. Done a lot of good. Kept that car clean up front. Probably one of the cleanest cars in the field, if I'm not mistaken. Has Nate Trito not involved in too much action tonight, aside from leading the majority of the laps.
I know it's not, and you're 100% right on that one. Definitely not had anything, man, problem-wise. And watching some of the chat out there. Aiden Young. Yeah, it looks like Aiden Young got involved in the wreck. He's out here chatting in the chat right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Aiden, I believe he's done for the night. Try to get a list of those for you real quick while we're sitting here under caution. But the cars that are definitely at least out for now appear to be... John Houston in the 88, the 18 of David Elliott, Christopher Parkman in the number 8 machine, Aiden Young, Damon Crump, Jake Nichols, Aaron Kroskopf, Mike Rominger, Sean Dorr, James Thorndike, Matt Walzenbach has got it back out on track. Trevor Rapolo is done for the night. Katie Hyatt has got it back out on the track. Rick Craddock is out, and Landon Lacey is also done for the evening.
Well, I'll tell you, that's unfortunate right there. So I'm going to look to get these cars storming back here tonight. It's Bristol. I mean, hey, what can you say? It's just, all in all, it's just Bristol. I mean, that's about pretty much about all you can say.
Yeah, you know, we mentioned it, how we felt like this race was going to be tough. And as I just mentioned, Jake Nichols, I felt like he was going to be done for the night. Jake actually just pulled back on track, but he is going to be in 25th spot right now, 22nd spot right now, I apologize, 13 laps behind.
Yep. Nonetheless, as the lights off on the pace car, they're filing up 2 by 2 here, and going to be getting these cars, man, storming down around this half-mile track. As we have seen a thriller so far here, Ryan. Man, it's been a heck of a race.
Definitely been a heck of a race. It's going to be these guys definitely wanting to get these laps since the past halfway. The 97 is going to jump out on this restart again. 41, David Schutz with his tires really bad. They're going to be 3 wide when they go through turn 1.
Yes, they are, almost 3 wide. I think Ryan Knoll, he's still going to stick that nose up there, but nonetheless, the 41 gets the better end of it, pulls out. Oh, and Delonte in the 78 bump.
Yes, it is. The 54 is going to get turned by Dwayne Culberson as they come off of turn 4.
Yes, he did, and that was a heck of a spinning job he put right there. He held on to it, really didn't hit anything, but unfortunately it did bring the caution out.
Actually, I'm going to withdraw that statement. It looks like the 81 did, well, maybe not. I apologize. I thought the 81 might have missed him, but no, the 81 just piled in the back of the number 54, and the 54 just gets turned, as we said, coming off of turn 4 there. That's going to bring out the caution again.
Yes, it is, and while we're in the caution here of lap 141 or 275, got a lot of viewers out here, and hoping iRacing, man, holds up here. I've seen the cars flip a few times on my end. It's doing that, it's doing this little jiggly wiggly it always does, so we'll see him. Hopefully we'll be all right. Like I say, it's out of my hands. One night we run beautiful. Next night, man, it's like it's starting to become a crapshoot here with iRacing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for sure. iRacing server's not cooperating as of late, but hopefully we'll get our issues solved soon. They did just do the update today as well, Joe, for that for the new Porsche 911 GT3 car, so might be causing some havoc with all the updates going on as of late with iRacing. But hopefully they'll get that fixed soon, and our streams will be back up to our perfect standard that we like to have. But definitely want to thank all the fans out there tonight. Just took a look. As of my count, we got 25 people watching this race tonight, not including myself, in the chat. So definitely exciting to see all you guys come out tonight. Want to say thank you to all the fans, who come out and support me and Joe and this whole broadcast company of Fusion Motorsports TV. Without you guys, we aren't here to broadcast races, so got to thank you guys. Got to thank all the leagues that have us up here having a good time calling these races. So definitely nice to see a lot of support out there tonight.
Absolutely, and I tell you, it is a heck of a race so far. Definitely want to appreciate all the viewers out there. No, it's not your eyes. It is definitely it's on the server side here, unfortunately. As you see that they jiggle every once in a while. I have all my monitoring stuff over here watching my side on my computer, and it's telling me everything's fine on my end. So just one of those unfortunate things that it's technology. You gotta love it. So we're definitely going to stay here to the bitter end. And but this race has been exciting. Ryan, 144 laps of 275. It's been a thriller. I mean, it has been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, certainly exciting to watch all these guys just battle around this entire track. It's been very cool to see, the diversity of cars that have come and gone up at the front, middle of the field, and, so on. But one thing is maintained constant, and that has been the 97 Pepsi Max machine of Nate Trito just keeping it out in front, looking like he's definitely has the car to beat here tonight at Bristol.
You're right. I'm laughing at Christina's comment out there. They're Jello cars. Yeah, I had to watch me wiggle. I just got cracked up there. Sorry about that, but you're right. It has been a heck of a Oh, hey, that's what it's about. Like to have fun up here. I tell you what, it's lights off on the pace car. About to set to get back to green flag racing, folks, and nonetheless, man, you've got Nate Trito and David Shutt up there in the front. Don't count out Ryan Knoll. Don't count out Dwayne Culberson that's been able to move that machine up there. So it's anybody's ball game here. As lights off on the pace car, I'm going to let you call this one, Ryan.
All right. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if Dwayne can actually make the pass here. Is the 97 again going to get the restart in the 81? As I was just saying, was the 81 going to be able to make the pass on the outside now? The only question I would have is, I don't know, we saw this happen with the race that I was in last Saturday where the 99 beat me to the start-finish line. That's why I was ended up being declared the winner of that race. Is the 81 going to get a penalty now for passing 2 cars before the start-finish line, Joe?
I couldn't tell you. As we're watching Nate Trito right here. Yep, there they go flipping again. Man, I tell you what, this is not what I wanted to see. Actually, you see, man, it looks like Nate Trito's car's all tore up, man, because he's flipping, but he's actually not.
Yeah, for me, the 97 is pretty pristine, aside from a little bit of damage on the right front fender.
Yep, no doubt, I tell you. Yep. We're under yellow flag, we're under caution.
Yes, we are. I'm going to take a look for us, see what happened again out here. Some smoke. Looks like, looks like we've got 3 cars involved. 3 cars that we usually call running near the front, but the main one that was involved was the 23 of Jonathan Shipman.
Man, I hate to see that. Wow, Jonathan Shipman, definitely not what we want to see. Well, we're going to do this, folks, because it seems like iRacing is definitely wanting to play with us a little bit. I am actually going to restart the stream while we're sitting here in the caution ride. We'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned. Refresh your browser here in about a couple minutes, as I'm going to redo this right fast. I don't want to do it, but it seems like the iRacing is just definitely not going to cooperate with me, and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Do a refresh on your browsers and whatnot, definitely, and we'll see how this thing turns out here as we're back here under green flag racing here. Sorry about that. I did not want to reset it, but had no choice to do it nonetheless here as Nate Trito jumps out front. And got David Shutt 2x2 with a number 78 machine.
Yeah, they are. They're running side by side as they come off of turn 4 there, and they're going to get together. The 78's going to get put in the wall. Looks like he's going to hang on to it. Dwayne Culbertson's going to be the beneficiary, as he's going to get by the 7 car of Tyler Sippert. Had to check up top there, Joe.
Yep, no doubt. I saw that. The number 41 and the 78 got up there side by side with each other and beating and banging. And nonetheless, like you said, unfortunate. It was 78 definitely didn't like it.
No, he didn't, and
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I want to appreciate that. Thank you again. And we're back here live for some more heck of a racing going on here. And hopefully, I'm going to hold my fingers crossed here that dadgummit this thing holds up together for us. As Nate Trito's still the man out front now, driving the wheels off of that machine here. And yeah, we're gonna get these problems figured out, man, one day. It seems like it always happens to us on Thursday nights, Ryan, for some reason.
yeah, definitely unfortunate, and I want to just update the fans who are watching. We had a massive accident that just happened. A lot of cars just crashed, and for some reason a caution did not come out. So a lot of these guys that were involved in the crash are now fighting to get back to whatever positions they were in. I do want to have this update. We thought the 74 didn't use as fast, or did not have a fast fix. I'm taking a look right now, Joe. Vern Bradley running in 12, 2 laps down, was just running in the top 5 before that accident. Now only 2 laps down, used his fast repair. He's got a brand new 74 machine here.
Oh, good deal. Awesome. That is what we want to hear. Well, and then he might be able to bring that number 74 machine back to the front. Nonetheless, we got a heck of a battle going on. You know, these cars look like they fanned out just a little bit here. That's good because remember we get a long green flag. It's lap 176 to 275.
Yeah, we've had a long green flag run here. A lot of these guys, you know, I don't know what a fuel run is here. I haven't ever run here in a cup car. Couldn't really give an idea of that. But these guys have been under green for quite a while now. Try to take a look at the lap times for the number 97 car of Nate Trito to try to give everybody an idea of when we were last under caution. Oh, lap 154 was the last caution. We are currently lap 178. So that tells me that these guys are going to have a few more laps before they're, I would say they're going to have to pit. I would say a fuel one was probably going to be somewhere around 50 laps, Joe.
Probably so, but depending on, I don't know. I know they don't run full fuel here. So, yeah, that's probably about right, about 50, 60 laps, somewhere in that area.
I would have to agree. I'm not, as I say, I'm not 100% positive, but if it stays green, at some point these guys are going to have to come in, and that makes it very interesting now, because we just mentioned the 74 car just used his fast repair. He won't have to pit now for quite a few laps longer. He might be able to get those 2 laps back the hard way. If a caution were to fall the right way, the 74 could be right back up in the lead of this race.
Absolutely. You're looking at, we only got 6 cars right now on the lead lap out here. And Vern Bradley, like I say, 2 laps down, but he's definitely looking very clean in the car that he has. And as we're looking here, some of the cars, Tyler Sifford right there in 9th spot, Bryant Ward in 8th, Justin Gable right there in the 7th machine. And I tell you, he's all over the back bumper of Nate Trito trying to pass him to get one of his laps back to get him back on the lead lap.
Yes, he is. The 97's having to fight with the 17 of Alan Westman, who's running up top right now, just kind of holding his line. And the number 13 there, I mean, that's a battle for position between the 17 and the 13. So the 13 is hoping that the 97 can get around Allen, and then the 13 will get that spot back, and that'll be the battle for the lucky dog. So it's understandable why the 17 is going to keep running his line. Obviously, got to be frustrating, though, for Nate Trito to be much faster than the 17 car, because now we look behind him and we see Delonte Ballard starting to reel in Nate Trito here as they go through turn 3 and 4.
Tyler Sifford right now is 1 lap down, Christina, and he's sitting right now in the 9th spot. So I think that's mostly due to the fact of the green flag pit stops that we're seeing, because we only got 5 cars on the lead lap right now. And like I say, I do not believe that Nate Trito and them have made their green flag pit stop, as we're at lap 187 of 275. So under a darn good long green flag here, nonetheless. As the man out front, Nate Trito, got Delonte Ballard and David Shutt right there, 2nd, 3rd.
Yeah, we do. In 5th place, or 4th place right now, we have the teammate to the number 97, Dwayne Culberson, running about 7 seconds back, and behind him, Tommy Massey is the last car on the lead lap, 14 seconds behind the leader, so he's going to be lapped just about in a lap or so by Nate Trito. That's going to leave 4 cars on the lead lap.
Yes, it is. I mean, you're 100% right. As Nate Trito is going through these cars left and right, he's in a slew of problems here with lap traffic nonetheless. And, man, I tell you what, this is going to be a heck of a race. I guess we could, I guess with all the technical difficulties we have, I guess we could start saying, well, we've got a 2-part race series going on here tonight at ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
For sure. I mean, you know, it's definitely unfortunate with all the technical difficulties, but we are getting the opportunity to see a very exciting race and a very unpredictable end coming to this race once these pit stops start occurring. Now, I do want to throw this out to you just as an update for Christina and Becky and anybody else who would be interested in Mr. Popularity himself, Tyler Sifford. Tyler, at the time, right before the stream went out, was running in about 4th spot, even with all the damage to that 7 car. There was a crash in front of them, as I mentioned, that the caution did not come out. The 7 car received more front end damage. I'm going to assume that Tyler is very underpowered in that number 7 car, and he is now the last car on, or the last car 1 lap down. He would be the next one to go 2 laps down, and Vern Bradley would need to get by him to make up another spot to try to continue to be the first car at least 1 lap down to get his laps back as well.
Oh, we got 2 cars spinning back there, Ryan. I couldn't see what the names of them were.
Take a look there for you. No, oh, and the caution just came out. There they are. It's Jake Nichols, it looked like, was involved.
Oh, man, not the night Superman's looking for, I tell you. Coming to Bristol here, he's getting beat up on a lot.
Oh, Katie Hyatt was the first one that spun, and it looks like the 73 Oh, okay, that's weird. All right, the 34 had already spun, but this all started with the 29, 28, and 73 as they came up with turn 4. Very strange accident.
Yeah, watching it right here as we're going back. Jake Nichols just right there in the midst of it. Oh, yeah, the 28. They got into it in the 29, just like turned sharp right. And unfortunately, Jake Nichols was, wrong place, wrong time. And, man, not the night that he is definitely wanting here. It's, wow. But Nate Trito, as we see in his Pepsi Max machine, has definitely been able to keep the fenders on that car, so to speak. So definitely been the man to look out for here.
Yes, he has, and the number 13 of Justin Gable was the one that received the Lucky Dog free pass here under caution. So the top 5 cars are going to be Nate Trito, David Shutt, Dwayne Culberson, Delonte Ballard, and Justin Gable. So 3 of the SRA Motorsports cars are going to be on the lead lap. We'll have to see if anybody takes the wave around. Looks like Bryant Ward is going to be a participant of that. And definitely the 74 of Vern Bradley is going to take that wave around as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, the 44 is pitting. So, yes, Vern looks like he's going to be the only one to take the wave around unless there's a couple of these other cars in front of him here that are eligible to get their lead laps back.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now we are looking here as we're looking at lap 197 of 275 laps here. Nate needs a Mountain Dew, not a Pepsi. Well, I'm a Diet Dr. Pepper drinker myself, so either one works. It's actually a Pepsi product, so there we go. Well, depending on what area you're in, it's a Pepsi product, so that's kind of crazy. But
up here, Dr. Pepper is a 7-Up product. That's weird.
That's and down here in some parts, it actually is just distributed by Coke. So
really,
great. It's my wife works in that kind of field area. She knows a lot of that stuff ins and outs. And even though it is a Pepsi product, in some areas here it's distributed by Coke. So go figure. I don't know how the heck they come about doing that stuff.
I think it's honestly it's a little off topic, but I think it's because Dr. Pepper is like their own company, so I think they kind of just sell themselves to other 2 products, I guess.
Wait, what do you mean, Christine? Not dirt? Yeah, Katie out here in the chat saying she's getting beat up pretty bad out here. Well, young lady, I tell you what, that's Bristol, and Bristol is it's a warrior of a track. It's a heck of it. Like that's why they call it what, the last gladiator dome here.
The last great Coliseum, sir.
Oh, the last great Coliseum. Man, I tell you, it's living up to the name tonight because it's going to gobble up a lot of machines here tonight, as we've seen a lot of beat up machines out here. So nonetheless, here we go. Lights off on the pace car, getting set to go by green flag racing.
Yes, we are in the real battle to watch, not only up front. It's going to be this battle for the Lucky Dog here, Joe.
Hold on a minute. We just got the green flag called off. I just heard it.
I believe there was a car that had not caught up to the field. That might have been Vern Bradley having trouble catching up to the field.
I look Christine out there talking about Dr. Pepper's like drinking dirt. Now, I've never drank any dirt, so I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
What?
The 74, there was a crash on the back straightaway. The 74 was involved, a few other cars. These guys had trouble just getting stacked up. That's why there was just the extension to the caution.
Oh,
the
man, unfortunate. Wow. Hate to see that. Hate definitely to see that, man. Unfortunate right there. But nonetheless, we're on the green flag now. And Nate Trito fires off, like you say, man, out of a cannon right there. And definitely Delonte Ballard's got his hands full with his teammate of David Shutt.
Yes, he is. Delonte's actually going to get that pass up top, and it looks like Dwayne Culberson's going to follow suit as he's going to try to get by David Shutt. But we got another caution out.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you.
And the 74 was in it again, it looks like. And it looks like this time, I don't know what happened there. Everybody stacked up. That's definitely going to end Vern Bradley's night.
Well, let's see what happened here as we go back here. He's a little beat up nonetheless there. He's fighting right there side by side with Richie Evans. And, Richie Evans got into Aaron. I mean, just a huge crash back there. Can't really say what happened there. I'm going to just call it a racing deal.
Looks like maybe the 3, when he came off the corner, came down a little bit. Vern was coming up the track just naturally. 3 was kind of giving room to Aaron. It looks like they all just kind of bottlenecked as they came trying to get on the straightaway.
Man, unfortunate set of circumstances right there. As we see tonight here, we're live, Bristol Motor Speedway, and folks, I tell you, it has been an exciting race, and I appreciate each and every one of you holding and sticking with us here. You know, unfortunately, a few little technical problems there. I split the stream in two, so you're going to have part 1, part 2 again, and we'll figure out what's going on. Seems like it affects us here on these Thursday nights more or less. But you know, I will say this: Thursday night is a very, very busy night for iRacing and broadcasting, nonetheless, because a multitude of broadcasts are going on and a lot of league races here.
For sure, you know, Thursday night is definitely the night for iRacing, and you know, we're talking about all these cars that have damage and stuff. A little bit of a plug for something else going on this weekend. WWE is having their Royal Rumble. Looks like we're having our Royal Rumble here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We had 35 people start. Pretty appropriate for a week to have this race, given what's going on around the world, especially even with the Pro Bowl going on in the NFL, an exhibition game as well.
Absolutely. I tell you what, you're right, man. Tonight, these guys look like they're out here trying to wrestle these machines around here, beating and banging. And to answer your question there, Christina, they have what they call a 3-strike rule here in Extreme Motorsports 99. And the first strike is basically you cause the accident or cause the caution, you get an EOL. The second time is you get a black flag. The third time is you actually get removed from the server. So they don't go by iRacing standards, but they do have a rule here. It's called 3-strike rule and extreme. And yeah, that's definitely so. Not sure. Again, here's the thing. We don't get involved with what the admins do. We're up here calling all this great action going on, and we let those gentlemen do what they have to do. And I tell you, it is a bullfight out here, like you just said. Looks like a 30-some car wrestling match going on with steel.
Yep, steel bars, bumpers, grills, all kinds of things getting involved as weapons here tonight, and maybe some fists after the race. If these accidents keep up, a lot of guys are going to have some high tempers, in my opinion, at the end of this race, as we're down to just about, it only looks right around 20 cars maybe out on track after all these accidents, as we're coming through 3 and 4 for the restart there, Joe.
Yes, we are riding here with David Shutt, calling the Nightmare Man here, and right now he's got his teammate in front of him, Delonte Ballard, but Nate Trito is going to lead these men hard charging. He's got Dwayne coming, so got a good shot right there as they're side by side heading to turn 1.
Yes, they are, and the 2 SRA cars are going to try to get by Dwayne Culberson as they come off of turn 2. Dwayne did not get a good restart as I think he wanted to. Delonte Ballard going to retake second spot as Nate Trito once again just rolling out in front. He's been out front so much. He's got these restarts timed perfectly. That's what's going to win him this race, in my opinion here, Joe. He's just getting such a big jump on these restarts. These guys are having trouble just keep catching up to him because he's so far ahead already.
Well, I tell you what, it's not only that too, Brian, because I definitely will agree with you on that one, is also once you get to his back bumper, he's running his line, and we've seen it. That middle to high line is where you want to be. I mean, you can try to make the low line work, but I'm going to tell you, it's a very, very tough one to do on older style tires, even with newer style tires. So you're either going to have to take a chance of, should I say it, move the guy in front of you?
Well, I definitely agree that you're probably going to have to move the guy in front of you to make that pass. The only problem is, with everybody running up top, when you move a driver on the top lane, there's only really 2 outcomes. Either he's going to go up into the wall, hit the wall, slow down, and you're going to pile into the back of him, or he's going to spin down the track, and when he cranks it right, he has the possibility of coming back up across the track again and collecting you with him. So
absolutely.
Definitely going to be interesting to see here, as the 17 looks like he might have gotten some help back further back in the field here. Getting moved out of his position. Actually, the 17 blinked out and looks like he got some help. Vern Bradley has now moved up to the second spot in terms of fighting for the lucky dog. Bryant Ward holds that spot right now, about a second in front of Vern. Vern's got a lot of damage on that car, but right now one of the cars to watch, in my opinion, has got to be that 13 of Justin Gable. Haven't had a ton of time to talk about him tonight. Running top 5 right now. His 2 teammates running second and third. He's looking to join up there and try to spoil this Jake Nichols racing party at the front.
Yes, he is. Right now, he's got his fenders all clean on that number 13 machine, looking like very, very, very good right now, running in the 5th spot. I think he would be very happy with us. He's closed in on the back deck lid there. Dwayne Culmerson looking on the inside a little bit, as most notably, David Shutt did get around Dwayne, so now you've got Nate Trito leading this one, but you got the 2 teammates there, Delonte Ballard and David Shutt, right there stalking him, and said, hey, we want to bring these Toyotas to the front, and we're going to spoil that Jake Nichols party like you just said. And they very, very easily could do that.
Yes, sir. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe, as strong as Toyota has been this season, have they picked up a win yet in the Cup Series so far?
I think they have. I would have to go back and double check that one for us, but I believe they have. Don't hold me to it. But I think they have picked up one.
Trying to remember, I know one notable car that I just realized, it took me all race to figure it out, that is not here, is the 5th SRA car. Tyler Ducharme did not start tonight's event in that number 25 machine. We're used to seeing him in that number 25 Ford. All the other SRA vehicles have made it here tonight, but definitely interesting to see here. We mentioned it every week how these SRA guys are trying to make it known that they are also here in this league, that Jake Nichols' team is not the only one that can run up front. And they're definitely doing that tonight, even though Nate Trito has led basically all the laps here tonight of this race. Them SRA cars have not gone away, with Delonte Ballard running second, David Shutt in third, and now Justin Gable bringing it up to 5th, trying to get by Dwayne Culberson for 4th.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, it's lap 222 right here, 275. Delonte Ballard is looking to try to run down that hard charger, Nate Trito, and the number 97 Pepsi Max Ford machine. He's got a Toyota, and a Toyota that is very, very well knows how to run and race hard, and is coming very, very quickly.
Yes, he is. I mean, we got a lot of these guys, running all over through the field right now. We were talking a little bit earlier about the Lucky Dogs. Tommy Massey was the one that got it on the last restart, and he appears to be running quite a distance back, and looks like Vern Bradley might have just lost that motor in the number 74 machine as they went down the back straightaway. That is going to end Vern's night now for sure. After using his fast fix, that 74 machine lost the motor as they went into turn 3.
Well, I'll tell you, we only have 6 cars, folks, on the lead lap. And that's just a product of short track racing, green flag running, cautions, etc. that's going on around here tonight. And right now, though, the man who would be the recipient of a lucky dog would be Bryant Ward, as he's sitting in the 7th spot, 1 lap down. Now, Tyler Sifford, 2 laps down, sitting in the 8th spot. So he would be the next man in line. After that would be known there. So, with that said, Ryan, it has been definitely everything we've expected or come to expect from Bristol Motor Speedway.
Certainly has. A tough night for a lot of drivers out here tonight. A lot of guys that are going to be probably a little bit unhappy at the end of this race. But all in all, I mean, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and the battle for the lead is certainly still on. 2 clearly great cars running up front. We've seen Delonte Ballard contend for wins all season long. We've seen Nate Trito come up just a little bit short. These two, second and third a couple times this year, both Delonte Ballard and Nate Trito have been. So now it's their night, with Jake Nichols being out of this race. It looks to be one of their 2 nights to finally break through and make the chase, unless something unforeseen happens, as it appears Justin Gable has now taken over 3rd spot over his teammate David Shutt.
He has.
My apologies, he's taken over 4th now.
Yep, he took over that 4th place right there over Dwayne Culberson, and so he's looking to bring that number 13 machine to the front. As I'm just kind of flipping through the field here, Ryan, as we're getting a long green flag run here just a little bit, showing off some of these notable cars and paints and whatnot. And I'm going to tell you, as I'm flipping through the field, like I said earlier, there's not too many of them out here that are not beat up, banged up, and looking like they've been in a demo derby smash fest.
Certainly not. It's been an absolute slobber knocker out there tonight with a lot of these cars. Now we're starting to see some cars, for example, the 4 car of Mike Rominger just rolling out there pretty slow down on the low side of the track is Mike, but just trying to pick up spots. Some of these cars are that have been on pit road for a little while and trying to continue to make up some positions and try to get, back in this race, because when you see cars like, for example, Vern Bradley, who was battling for that lucky dog spot with Bryant Ward, blow an engine, that's another spot, that's another point that these guys can pick up to try to make this chase. And in a race where so many cars have been out, you look at a guy like Justin Gable, maybe hasn't had the season he wanted to this point, but tonight, running in 4th spot, Justin can make a huge jump on the point standing, especially if he could get a win tonight. That would put him right inside the chase.
Yes, it would. I tell you what, flipping through the field here, just noticed, well, I tell you, unfortunately, sitting in 20th and 21st. Jake Nichols, 54 laps down, sitting in 20th. And Christopher Hurlow sitting right there, 64 laps down. They're both in pit lane, and we're in the caution, Ryan.
Yes, we are. It looks like the number 40 has spun out again, and maybe Tyler Sifford might have gotten a piece of it as well. Not sure on that statement, but we're going to take a look. Yes, the 40 and the 7 car look to have made some contact.
Well, let's go back here, rewind just a little bit and see what happened with this young man as, Richie Evans looks like he just got a little loose trying to get away from that lap car there. Looks like he pet. Oh, and Richie Evans just got in the back end of the 40 and spun him, and Tyler Sifford had nowhere to go.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. Again, one of those situations, wrong place, wrong time for Tyler Sifford. That's probably, I don't know if he blew the engine, but it's going to be a long repair now for that number 7 car. Now that he's made it to his pit box, we're going to take a look here. We've got Justin Gable, who's going to pit along with the rest of the leaders, and Bryant Ward is going to get the lucky dog and try to get some of his damage fixes. He's going to be back on the lead lap, putting it up to 7 cars. And Bryant Ward, in my opinion, in a late race situation like this, we're getting down to what's probably going to be right around 30 or less laps to go when we get to the restart. So, Bryant Ward, with all his aggression, might be one of the cars to pick to win this thing. Joe is a surprise winner if he can get that 44 machine up to the front.
Oh, I'll agree with you. It's definitely right. He could, but and a man out front, he's led 219 laps tonight. He put it on pole, and currently a man out there is Nate hard charging Torito. And I tell you, if Bryant Ward wants to get it done, he's got a tall order to do it. Now, I'm not saying he can't, because we know he can drive the wheels off about anything. But as we're coming down to 37 laps to go, that's going to click off very, very quickly. The good side of this is we're going to be 2x2 stacked up. He's going to be in the 7th spot, not too far back. Going to be on good tires, good clean machine, and he's going to have a shot to get up there. Now he's going to have some other stiff competition. We can't count out Delonte Ballard, David Shutt, Justin Gable, Dwayne Culberson, and even Tommy right there sitting in the top spot.
Yeah, Tommy and Massey's had a good run tonight as well. I'm actually taking a look. I thought Bryant was supposed to get the lucky dog on that one. It appears that the 44 is still stuck a lap down.
Was he involved in the accident?
No, he was not. He wasn't anywhere near it. He stayed out. Looked like he was going to be able to get it. I don't know if maybe he was so far behind the pace car that when he came into pit, even though he got the lucky dog, he got re-lapped. I'm not sure what happened with that 44 machine.
Oh, now it shows him on the lead lap.
Does it?
Well, now it don't. No. Huh. You're right. I don't know. That is crazy. He should have. So, unfortunately, we still sit with 6 cars on the lead lap, and he would be the very first one. As we're getting set to go back green flag racing here, folks. 35 laps, going to have 34 to go this time by.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a very exciting restart here, if you want to call it there, Joe. They're pulling off a turn 4.
They are turning off turn 4. Pace cars in the pit lane here. And look at the shot out there. But Nate Trito gets again. And Delonte Ballard spun those tires just a little bit. And look at Justin Gable. Oh, he let it go. He went high there. But look at David Shutt. David Shutt says, hey, I'm here, teammate. I'm going to try it. Dwayne Culberson moving on the inside as they are door to door.
Yes, they are. The 81-13 door to door as they go down the front straightaway heading for turn 1 and 2 now. We see it we're starting to see a trend. SRA Motorsports, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, following basically the one bullet left in the gun that I really think Jake Nichols has to win this race, unless Dwayne Culberson's really holding back. That Jake Nichols Racing Team, Snow Cone Productions team, whatever you want to call it, is got basically Nate Trito versus a team of 3 cars that have worked their way, survived this race, and all 3 of them are going to try to do everything they can to get by Nate Trito when they get to him, if they can get to him.
Let me tell you this right fast while you're talking. I'll tell you what, you're talking about somebody that is definitely knowing how to wheel a car, and he knows it is go time because he scraped the wall not once but twice. We're under caution, by the way, but not once but twice. That's hard charging Nate Trito up there. He definitely was pushing that machine to get out as far ahead as he can. He definitely probably didn't want to see this caution.
No, he didn't, and the number 59 of James Thorndike got into the wall as they came off of turn 4, slammed the inside wall. Last night's winner. Tough night for that 59 machine. That's going to end his night. But now, Bryant Ward, who was starting to try to pass Dwayne Culberson, even though he was stuck a lot down, is definitely going to get the lucky dog this time. So it is now. And I also wanted to mention that Bryant Ward got his fast fix under that last caution, likely assuming that he was going to get the free pass, got that car fixed. That 44 has got the cleanest car in the field right now and is going to be on the lead lap.
Let me tell you something. I just noticed right here, the SRA guys, they went in the pits. Now, with only 6 cars on the lead lap, now 7, that might have been a very, very smart move because they're not going to be that far back with about 23 laps to go. Now, the problem is Nate Trito stayed out, and he's going to be on an older set of tires. So, it's definitely some drama playing out here towards the end.
That's definitely going to create some drama. We've seen the tire spins on these restarts. As good as the 97 is, when he's compared to other cars who are on the same tires as him, yes, he can try to time the restart, try to get a little bit of a jump out. But with cars that are on new tires, they aren't going to slip. So if the 97 makes even the smallest mistake, you're going to have David Schutt, who's going to be in 4th place. He's going to be right behind Nate Trito if he starts on the outside lane. David, in my opinion, is going to be all over the back of Nate Trito on this restart.
Yes, he is. David Schutt's going to be right there, and most notably, Delonte Ballard's going to be up there. And Christy, what do you mean by the spirits are here? What in the world's going on? We're still here, as far as I can tell. We're still showing.
I think she means the track is haunted.
Well, for a lot of these drivers, they probably feel that way. They're probably like, can we hurry up and just get out of here and, get this one over with and go to, we're at Atlanta Motor Speedway next week, I believe. And so we go from a bullfight to a heck of a fast speedway.
Yeah, we are. It'll be a very exciting race next week at Atlanta. But, you say there's definitely a lot of cars that want to get out of here right now. Basically, if you're more than 2 or 3 laps down, you want to be done with this race at this point. But if you are Nate Trito, Dwayne Culberson, Tommy Amassi, David Schutt, Justin Gable, Delonte Ballard, or Bryant Ward, all of them have yet to win this season. Every single one of them. This is their chance to lock into the chase. You are not wanting this race to end anytime soon. You want your opportunity to get up there and try to win this race.
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, right now, Nate Trito, he took the inside line that time. Dwayne Culberson will be on the outside lane. Let's see if he gets a good jump. Man in the catbird seat's probably going to time it now. David Schutt's definitely going to be able to see and time this one right with Nate here on this restart. So as we go, going to be green flag. Folks are going to have 24 laps to go this time by. Look at Nate Trito, boy, go. Dwayne Culberson there. But I tell you what, just like we just said, yep, Delonte Ballard and David Schutt both shot up there with them, and they are going to be coming in a hurry because they're on fresh tires. As you see, the man right there, look at that. David Schutt makes the pass. Oh, boy, that was close. He made a pass on him, but, boy, he skinned the cat doing it.
Yes, he did. Quite a tank slapper in that 41 machine when they came off of turn 4 that time. But look at the speed those 3 SRA cars are showing as they thunder past the 81. All 3 of the SRA cars are now running down the 97. And I was going to say, very smart by Nate Trito to give himself some time, block in those SRA cars behind his teammate and the 05, who he knew were going to be slower on that restart due to the old tires. But you can only delay the inevitable for so long. It's not going to be more than a couple laps, I don't think, until this 41 car is able to get right behind Nate Trito. And when he's there, if he's faster and he can't just pass the 97 on the bottom, he'll move him out of the way at this point. It's down to the last 20 laps or so. It's time to go. And those Toyotas mean business as they're coming up behind Nate Trito.
Yes, they are, and I tell you what, we don't give him this call him nickname Nightmare for nothing, because he's about to give a nightmare to that man in the 97 machine, Nate Trito up front. We're going to see if those good tires can hold out enough to run down. Right now, the SRA guys and their Toyota-powered machines are second, third. That would be David Shutt, Delonte Bowders. They are running down the 97 hard charger of Nate Trito.
Yes, they are. They're getting closer and closer. Not as quickly as they were able to get by Tommy Amassi and the 81 of Dwayne Culberson, but they are slowly reeling in Nate Trito, and it actually looks like David Shutt is starting to pull away from his teammate Delonte Bauer just a little bit every single lap. So maybe the 41 is holding a little bit in reserves here, trying to make sure that the 97's tires are much worse when they come to the end of this race. But with all the cautions we had, if I'm David Shutt, it's go time. You can't wait anymore. You have to get this lead, because if the 97 keeps dictating these restarts, you're never going to win this race if that 97 can just keep jumping out the way he has.
Yes, he has, and right now you're seeing this, man. Nonetheless, he is trying to run him down, folks, and he's got him down to 0.3 tenths of a second and clicking them off as laps click off here as we're at lap number 15 laps to go. So hey, we're about, hold on to your seatbelts folks, we're about to have a battle up here in the front, I feel. And look at Nate Trito. He is, you don't think he ain't driving the wheels off of that machine? He is. He's putting it right up against that wall. He is wall riding the heck out of it to try to stay out front.
Yes, he is. He's pushing that number 97 Pepsi Max forward for all it's worth every single lap now. He is totally aware that we are coming to what is just going to be 11 laps to go this time by. You know, it's going to be a tough battle here, though. I really think that it's going to be much harder. I know how quickly these laps go by. I understand that, which makes time imperative for the 41 to make this pass. But those fresh tires in the long run have got to hold out against Nate Trito's, and David Shutt is going to pull right to the bumper of the 97 as we are coming to 11 laps to go this time.
I tell you what, I'm going to tell you, Nate Trito has to have in the back of his mind going, you've got to be kidding me. I've got a man back here, and he's starting to have nightmares of that's Jake Nichols running him down like he did at Charlotte Motor Speedway when he was out front and leading it, and now he's got another man in a Toyota-powered machine all over his back bumper here as he pulls away just a little bit that time. But David Shutt might be saying, let me see. We gathered up 10 laps to go, folks. Now it's going to be a duel to the front.
Yes, it is. It's coming down. It's 10 to go this time. And now the 41 is starting to make that peak to the inside of the 97, trying to figure out when is the right opportunity. Do I need to get to his bumper? Do I need to move Nate Trito? Or can I try to make this pass on the bottom? That Toyota power is strong, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make that move on the bottom, even with the fresh tires now that they've had so many laps put down on him. He may have to move that 97 car out of his way to win this race, Joe.
Well, we saw it last night in the Xfinity machine. Last night, Cameron Hearn and James Thorndike, well, they beat and banged and battled each other, and with doors slamming to the end there, and it ended in a caution with those two cars battling for the lead. We might have the same scenario tonight here, Ryan, as right now David Shutt's trying to do everything he can to try to figure out what line do I got to take to get around this hard charger of Nate Trito. Nate Trito's going, man, can I just hang on for another 5 more laps?
Definitely 5 laps to go. That 97 is really hoping he can hang on, but the 41 gets a heck of a run off of turn 4 that time. But it looks like the 41 of David Shutt is really biding his time. He is trying to set up the 97 here. I don't know if he's trying to make Nate make a mistake or if he's just trying to wait it out, but that 41 car is looking stronger and stronger as it's now 4 laps to go, Joe.
Yes, it is. 4 laps to go this time by here. And, folks, it is heating up front as the lap cars are moving out of the way there. Very, very respectful. As you see, Shutt definitely trying to find the line he needs. He's coming off those turns. He's storming as he's climbing on the back deck lid. Now, a caution right now would end it. That's not what Shutt wants to see. But I tell you what, it's going to be a matter of time. We might see a last lap duel here.
I think we'll see a little bit more than a last lap duel. The 41 car looks like he's going to maybe attempt a dive bomb going into one of these corners if he has to. We're now 2 laps to go. That 41, he's going to get to the back of the 97 as they head for turn 3. When is he going to make the move, Joe?
I don't know. We've got a white flag this time by, and it looks like this is going to be it. And they do get together. Yes, he does. I'm going to tell you what, that right there was basically, and I knew it, right there. Same scenario as last night. You better believe Nate Trito is not going to be a happy camper right there. And here's going to bring up the scenario question. Ryan, are they going to award this win to David Shutt?
That's going to be very questionable. I mean, the 41, yes, he drifts up, but the 97 also came down coming off the corner. He was trying to defend the position. It may just be considered a racing deal. The real question is, when the caution came out, was the 97 the leader? Because as we know on iRacing, you know, it's not necessarily the car that spins goes to the back of the line. That 97 may still be scored as the leader right now.
Well, I'm scoring him right now, David Shutt, as the leader, and the 97's not. So we will definitely have to keep our ears peeled, but we are seeing the 41 stay out and do the burnout here as he has won. So we're going to, I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to pull Rick Donaldson up here real quick. Let me pull him up and get a confirmation that this win's going to hold for David Shutt.
10-4.
Rick Donaldson is Joe White in the booth. You got a copy?
I've got a copy.
Rick, just real quick, just to verify for all the fans out here, we know there was a great contact there between and a heck of a race for the lead. Is that win going to hold for David Shutt?
Well, Joe, really, to be honest with you, we've got a lot of work we've got to do in the booth here to determine that. So we watch the replays, we look back at those, but unfortunately I can't give you an answer on that right now. But we've got to do our job, make sure we call the race in a fair condition here.
Okay, well, good deal. You heard it there, folks. And to tell you what, let us know an update. As of right now, we're going to say David Shutt's a winner, but when y'all do get confirmation, let us know. And I tell you what, you heard it there, Ryan. They're going to review it. So, folks, hang on to your hats. We don't know 100% if David Shutt's going to be the winner. And I'm going to see if I can't take it back to the last of that lap right there between them two. That's where they were battling. Well, we'll see if we can. As we're going to watch.
Close, Joe, as they came off a turn 4.
It is. We're watching a replay here ourselves, folks, just to kind of get an idea of what we saw. We saw him definitely coming right there very, very, very fast. And we'll try to slow it down for you, maybe try to give you an idea. Yeah, the admin's definitely going to have their hands full with this one to call who's going to win, because they're going to have to look at all multiple angles of when the caution came out, who was where, what was where. I mean, nonetheless, David Shutt could end up with an EOL. Definitely would put him at the tail end of the longest line. But we're not going to say that until we get confirmations. We're watching the replay of the finish of this race here, folks. Another heck of a controversial finish. And, man, I'm glad I don't have their job.
Yeah, me as well, Joe. And this is just my opinion, strictly my opinion as a broadcaster, trying to keep this as biased as I can. However, unbiased as I can, I'm sorry. As I'm looking back at the replay, middle of turn 3 and 4, the 41 is very committed. He runs that middle line. He holds it all the way to the bottom. Now, if I was an admin, this is just my opinion, the 97 comes all the way from the wall, comes down the track. He has to know the 41 is there. He also has to know that the 41, when he comes off this corner, is going to drift up. The 97 holds his line and continues to come down the track across the nose of the 41. So really, I would almost call this just a racing deal. the 97 comes down. He's asking for it. He's trying to block, in a sense, on the 41. The 41 is going to come up the track regardless of what happens. There was no way out for either one of those drivers. The 41 was always going to get into the back of the 97 with the way the 97 came off the corner.
Yeah, it was. We're sitting right here, man, watching this one as we're just trying to watch it multiple different angles here ourselves. Is it just, you're right. Again, I'm going to leave it in the admin's decision here, but from what I'm seeing, David Shutt does not move at all there. So, but we're waiting. So as of right now, David Shutt is your winner. Now, what we do know is, well, actually, that would, I guess the recipient of this would actually be Delonte Ballard, because if David Shutt gets an EOL out of that, the next man in line. So we're kind of at a standstill here, folks. Really don't know what to say. A lot of drama here at the end, and basically you saw it from the replay here as just like last night between James Thorndike and Cameron Hearn, they got into each other. Unfortunately, Cameron Hearn was the one who spun, and a caution came out, kind of, no problem. This one definitely is a nail biter, so to speak.
I'm going to say this. No matter what the outcome is, whether if the 41 is declared the winner, we have just seen something I don't even think the Jake Nichols team can claim. The first 1-2-3 finish for SRA Motorsports in ExtremeMotorsports99.com history, with the 41, 54, and 13 finishing first, second, and third.
Jake Nichols Racing has done that.
They finished first, second, and third.
They have, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think it actually was Jake Nichols, Tyler Siffer, and Nate Trito, I believe, or Dwayne Cumberson won. It was one last season that it was done once in a race, but nonetheless, first time for this season. There you go,
and
SRA
first time
guys.
For SRA, regardless.
Absolutely. Agree with. Now, that's if it sticks, and we're still waiting for confirmation, folks, here of whether or not. And, man, it was a thriller to the end. I appreciate all the viewers. Thank you for holding up with us. And I don't want to give a shout-out here to our sponsors tonight, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, for putting on this awesome racing league. I want to say a shout-out for Old School Painting right there. Check those guys out on Trading Paints, Sean Dorn Company. And as I'm looking down the admin booth, those guys ain't left yet. They're having
a long conversation.
Man, Ryan, I'm going to tell you, I hate to be in their shoes. They're down there probably right now. The smoke is rolling up here in the booth where we are, because they are like, what do we do, guys? What do we do? We're not going to the bad thing about this situation, Ryan, is you're not going to make anybody happy. Somebody's coming out of here upset.
For sure. And, you can see it from both ways. You can see how, no matter what, I would say the 97 is going to be upset, unless he's somehow awarded this win. However, if that happens, in my opinion, that wouldn't be the right call. The 97 did get spun. He did get passed because he could not maintain pace once he got spun. So really, the decision that is to be made, to me at this point, no matter what, did the 41 win this race? If the 41 is going to get a penalty and an EOL, sending him to the end of the lead lap, if he had gotten an EOL, that would award the win to the 54. So the only outcome I can really see that's fair across the board is whether or not the decision would be to penalize the 41. Yes, he got into the back of the 97, but no matter what, I don't think Nate Trito is going to be awarded this win. I think it's going to be between the 54 and the 41, pending a penalty that could happen to David Shutt.
Absolutely, and I'll agree with you on that one. Nonetheless, Nate Trito is not coming out of this one as the winner. Not saying that to be harsh or mean or whatnot. That's just short track racing, and you know the consequences. He stayed out on old tires. He knew it. He knew what he was about to do. And, folks, like I say, the reason I haven't thrown the results up yet is because I really don't – it's unofficial right now. And, we can throw – I guess we could throw – well, we definitely, like Matt said last night or another time, we definitely can say first time the unofficial results as of tonight right now, sitting saying David Shutt your winner here at Bristol with Delonte Ballard second, Justin Gable third, Nate Trito in fourth. Now Nate Trito in fourth, that's still not bad. You know, he did sit there in fourth, so he will get a top five nonetheless. Dwayne Culberson right there in fifth, Tommy right there in sixth, Bryant Ward in seventh, bouncing back pretty good. Nick Hunt, man, good to see him in the top 10 right there in eighth, and Richie Evans in ninth, and Michael R. Muller around in the top 10. I tell you what, like you said, these are unofficial results, folks. We do not know 100% yet who the race winner is, and the reason being is the Nate Trito and David Shutt were battling for the lead, and contact between the two, and Nate Trito went a spinning, and bottom line is we pulled up Rick Donathan, and he said they are reviewing everything and looking at that last incident, so this is going to be very, very interesting.
Definitely. Now, while we're sitting up here, maybe do we want to bring up Justin Gable, who we know no matter what is going to come out of this with second or third place, pending the result?
Sure, go ahead and pull up Justin Gable. Let you interview him now. Like I say, right now he's showing third, so we definitely don't know if he's going to be third or second or third. But we'll bring him and we'll go ahead and talk with him.
All right. Justin Gable, this is Ryan Daniels up in the FMTV2 booth. Do you have a copy?
I have to wait till he unmutes his mic.
Yes, sir.
We'll see if he hears us. He might have been talking to his teammates right there, going, fellas, I don't know. This is a tough one. Tough call in the end. We don't know what's going to happen, but maybe see if you can't send him a poke. Well, wait a minute. There goes Rick Donathan. I tell you what, drop him down to the staging lane and see if we can't get Rick Donathan. See if he'll jump up here and let us know what's going on.
10-4, sir.
Okay, Rick's going down to the cup lobby now. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be right back, folks. Ryan up here, talk to these. I'm going into the cup lobby and see if I can hear what they're saying.
All right.
Some tore up race cars. Some...
Hang on, folks. Right now I'm listening to see in the driver's meeting who won this race. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have confirmation. I was down there listening to the drivers' meeting, and tonight, man, they went into Team Viewer, folks. They went in there, looked at it, reviewed it amongst all of them. But tonight, they're going to let iRacing hold and keep what it is. So tonight, your winner will be David Shutt, with Delonte Ballard second and Justin Gable in third place. So go ahead and bring on the third place man and interview him up there, Ryan.
All right. Justin Gable, this is Ryan Daniels up in the FMTV2 booth. Do you have a copy?
I do.
A heck of a run tonight, man. A good finish for that entire SRA Motorsports team. How's it feel to bring that number 13 car home in third place tonight?
Great. I expected to be crashed out and watching the race from the stands, but no, taking it, coming home third, I'll take it any day.
Definitely cool to see you get your best finish of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely going to be a good points night for you and that machine. And just want to say, happy to see that number 13 car running well. I drove that thing last year. Very happy to see you represent it well, bringing home its best finish, at least since I've been here. So congrats on the third place, man. Is there anybody out there that you want to thank?
Tyler Desharm, he couldn't make it tonight, but yeah, he's taught me how to drive this track on multiple occasions. Bobby Chaney for being just sick, and DeLont for being cool, and Shutt for just being a moving disaster. That's an inside joke with Tyler and us.
All right. Well, it was definitely fun to watch you run really, really hard up there tonight. Wishing you luck the rest of the season. I'm going to let you go down there and celebrate with the rest of the SRA Motorsports team.
Thanks.
All right, Ryan, I tell you what, I'm going to let you run down there, man, and grab up Delonte Ballard, who is going to bring it home in second place.
All right. Delonte Ballard, this is Ryan Daniels up in the FMTV2 booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Heck of a finish tonight, man. Bringing that thing home in second after the controversial finish with the number 41 and the 97 there on the coming to the final lap. Just a good job by you and that whole 54 team. Anybody you want to thank out there? How do you think it went with that number 54 car tonight?
It was a little on edge. I had to figure out majority of the race on how to drive it, but once I got around a lot of people and got to a clean racetrack, it was pretty fast. I felt that if the race would have continued on from that that restart on lap 28 or something, I possibly had a good chance on Nate. I mean, Nate had a blazing car tonight. I felt like my car was a little bit better than his on the short run, but he was just too perfect hitting his marks and stuff like that. It was no error with him, so I couldn't even catch up to his back bumper. But all in all, I guess it was a positive night. I mean, the second race this season I've only finished. I've been getting wrecked in the other races, so I got to walk out of this one with a positive.
Well, it was very cool to see that number 54 car running up front. You challenged that number 97 for a lot of this race, trying to take that win. Anybody out there you want to thank tonight for just a really good run for that number 54 SRA Toyota?
I just pretty much want to thank SRA, Bobby Chaney for inviting me over here to run and to be on this team, and all my teammates on here. Good to win the Shutt there. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm teammates outside of Extreme Motorsports with Jake Nichols Racing. I'm teammates with them on Slip Angle and Brian Bradford Racing. So, it's kind of mixed feelings. I got a teammate in league that won the race, but I also got friends and teammates outside of the league that kind of got screwed in the situation, if you'll say it that way. So, pretty much just thanks to everybody that supports me on iRacing and the whole SRA for backing me up on this too.
All right, well, it's been definitely fun talking to you tonight. Congrats on the second place finish. Congrats on the first through set or to the 1, 2, 3 finish for SRA. And I'm gonna let you get back down there and celebrate with the rest of your teammates tonight.
All right, thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
All right, I tell you what, man, that's a happy young man there, and I'm going to run it on down here to Victory Lane to where we got confirmation and a thriller nonetheless here at Bristol. And I'm going to bring up David Shutt here for SRA Racing. Well, David Shutt, I'm down here in Victory Lane. You finally made it here after a long admin discussion. They had to bring up all the replays, pull their hair out a little bit up there, and try to figure out what they were going to do. But in the end, man, you drove the wheels off of that number 41 machine. We call you David Nightmare Shutt, and I tell you what, you lived up to that name because you made it a nightmare for the 97 machine there of Nate Torito as you hard charged it past. And man, you brought it home in Victory Lane. How do you feeling? He's speechless.
Sorry, wrong button. I feel relaxed that the race is over. That was going on almost 10 o'clock already here, so long race, but glad it's over. Didn't mean to get into them. It was just Bristol racing deal. It always happens, but now that I got the win, I can take a kind of a back seat here and try to race and go for the wins.
Absolutely. You're locked into the chase now, and I tell you what, that's a good sportsmanship. You know, nobody, I guess, ever wants to get in the back of somebody, but you drove the wheels off of it, and I tell you, you brought it up to a 1-2-3 finish for SRA Motorsports tonight. That's a heck of a feat to be done here at this little bull arena here at Bristol International Speedway, Bristol Motor Speedway nonetheless. So, yeah, who you have to thank out there tonight?
I'd like to thank all the guys back at SRA. Nate Trito, I know that was a good race. We'll definitely race him, give him a little break if he needs it, definitely later in the season, because definitely both of us were racing hard there, so I didn't mean anything to happen. But yeah, it was a good race. Thank you guys for broadcasting.
All right, well, we appreciate it. I tell you, I'm going to let you get to your crew back there as they are ecstatic, nonetheless, because they knew you drove the heck of a call. I want to say this right fast. Heck of a call you and Delonte did there on that last caution to go into the pits and get 4 tires, knowing, have the whereabouts to know that you would only be in about the 4th or 5th place spot. So I think that was probably the move of the race.
Yeah, all three of us, we figured if all three of us pitted, maybe some of the others would pit, but if we could trick Trito to staying out, we'd definitely get a better chance of beating him.
Oh, absolutely, and you did. You ran him down. It was a heck of an exciting finishes. The viewers out here loved it, and I love it. I'm going to let you get back to your crew. Congratulations tonight, winner at Bristol Motor Speedway here, folks, for ExtremeMotorsports99.com, David Shutt.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Ryan, I tell you, this track lived up to its name. The great Colossus, or the last Colossus track here left in NASCAR. I call it the Bull Ring, and these guys definitely, like you said earlier, said something about a wrestling match. Well, man, that definitely was. These guys tore up cars, banged up cars, but they raced their hearts out, and good going there. Now, I don't know if he'll want to talk or not, but we could pull up Nate Trito right fast, because, you know, nonetheless, that man drove the wheels off that machine. If he's still hearing team speak.
I wouldn't suggest that at the moment, Joe. He is actually in the hauler with Don Kidder, Rick Donathan, and Ryan Keese.
Okay, well, never mind, folks. I was going to give him airtime because nonetheless, he deserves it. I know he's not happy. I understand. I wouldn't be, like I said before, no one in this situation was going to be happy. And he's probably displeased, and rightfully so. You know, Ryan, I cannot disagree with him not being, but I think all in all, I jumped down there into that driver's meeting and listened to the admins talk. That's why it was so quiet there for a few folks. Appreciate you hanging there. But I heard what they said. And it was basically they reviewed that thing from every which way but to this way to the sun. And they tried to figure out a way, and they said it was best just to let iRacing do its thing and call what it called, because if they would have reversed it anyway, it probably would have just been wow. Either way, Nate Trito was not coming out of this race the winner. Now, probably what he wanted was David Shutt not to come out the winner. But ultimately, in the end, good sportsmanship being brought on there by David Shutt saying, look, I definitely want to remember this. I'm in the chase. I'm definitely going to give Trito a break. I know that's just good driving. It's just hard racing here, man, at a short track.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we see it all the time in real life at short tracks. You know, things happen. And, you know, in my opinion, the admins made the perfect call to just let the results stand. It was a racing deal, in my opinion, coming off of 4. The 97 was coming down. The 41 had no choice but to hold his line, and he was always going to come up the track. You know, definitely a controversial finish if you're the 97 car, from your opinion. Obviously, he's going to feel that he got turned intentionally by the 41. The 41, says he did not do it on purpose. It is not our, job to judge that position, but definitely, in my opinion, a great call by the admins to just let the racing stand, let these guys move on, let them race next week, and you know what? Maybe the 97 will get it turned around next week at Atlanta. He'll get that first win of the season, and maybe it'll even be the 41 that just kind of lets him by and lets him take it, because as the 41 said, now his goal is to just try to win some races, and now he's in the chase. He's got nothing to worry about for the rest of the season.
Absolutely, and you're 100% right. Now, I understand the frustration, like we said before, Nate Trito, last week, what was it, Charlotte?
Yes, sir.
Out front running, and he knew, took a gamble, stayed out. Jake Nichols just ran him down on the last lap and passed him. Same scenario here. He took a gamble, stayed out. The call of the race, my hat's off to those SRA guys. They pitted, and I saw it, and I thought, that's going to play in their favor. And we only had 6 cars on the lead lap. What do you have to lose? You're only going to be in, 6th position at the most. But luckily they came out 4th, 5th, and 6th because all 3 of them were there. And by that move of the race, they had awesome tires, got a great restart, took through the field and brought it through there with great tires, only 15 laps or so to go. You knew it was going to be a heck of one. Trito, he took the gamble, and on the last lap again, it was a heck of a dogfight. So for everyone, all the viewers out there that hung with us, definitely would appreciate it. I definitely want to give one more shout out here, Old School Painting. Check those gentlemen out on Trading Paints. I'm Joe White up here in the FMTV2 booth, accompanied with Ryan W. Daniels tonight. And it's been a heck of a race for ExtremeMotorsports99.com at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to see you next week at Atlanta. And we hope to see everyone, all the viewers out there tune in there, Ryan. I tell you, that one's going to be a fast-paced track.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be very high speed next week. Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Thank you all the fans for watching, and very thankful to be up here once again here with you, Joe, calling such a great race tonight. Thank you for having me.
All right, and on that note, everyone, you have a good night, and we'll see you next week.